Welcome everybody to SRW TV's coverage of the DSL Welding Services Radicals SR8s versus SR10s tonight. Welcome everybody. Hope you're well tonight. Tonight is myself, Chef Toddy, in the comms box with Tyson McAvoy along with Nathan Shibby Howard on the cameras in the background. How are you tonight, mate?
I'm good, bro. Looking forward to this race. Suzuka, 45 minutes. This should be quite an action. We've got a small slash big field tonight, so I'm looking forward to this race, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Hey, there's definitely a few pinch points on this track. Plenty of places to pass, but that last little chicane plus the hairpin, I think, are definitely going to catch some people unawares maybe tonight.
Yeah, definitely, especially on that first lap. As you're saying before we went live, it's going to be quite entertaining lap one through there, even up to that hairpin in the middle section. So the hairpin's probably my favourite part of the track, as we see Cowie there in the background just doing a little spin. Yeah, that's my favourite part of the track.
Most definitely. And so tonight, for our just to cover our sponsors as well while I'm here, big shout out to our safety car and promo department, our round sponsor Scotty Callahan Racing. Scotty Callahan, we've seen he is dominating our series at the moment. He's well on the lead and he's doing very well. We've seen some great drives from him lately, so amazing to see from him pushing through the field and keeping these radicals alive. And our stream sponsor tonight, Pagnian Imports Simulation. So thank you very much for all your support, everybody.
Yeah, Scotty Cow has got the number one car and he's 732 points. So he's got a nice buffer to Cameron Edwards in P2. Cameron's only got 516, so the gap there is about nearly 200, 210 or something. And then we got Alex John in P3 in the championship. So the battle for, I guess, second is a lot tighter than the battle for first, but you know, the car as well. We got Scotty with 495 in P4, so I'm not sure if Rattlegun Rankin's in the session tonight. He is, so
nice.
Here we are closing up those points and trying to push on to get P2.
He'll definitely be pushing as well. We've got quite a cool track and quite a cool, that sort of, I suppose, moderate, I suppose you'd say. It's probably perfect temperature actually. It's about 20 degrees outside and about 23 degrees track temperature. So these guys, once these temperatures, these tires come up to temperature, they'll definitely get heaps of grip, and should make for some pretty close, not really door bagging, maybe some fiberglass bagging, but hopefully not too much of that, and maybe not too many safety cars. You reckon, because of the runoff?
I think you're right with the runoff. It's probably going to be a pretty easy night for the safety car drivers, but we say that, and they should prove us wrong, like always. So.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, curse of the commentator as well, so hopefully that doesn't hit too many people tonight. We've got how many SR10s? We've got the two SR10s out there again tonight. Adam Simpson in the Fishy Motorsports, and I think Steven Zinkovich in the other SR10, I think. I could be hopefully proven wrong. It'd be nice to see some a bit more of a balance of the SR10s, but I know that some of the guys that started the series in the SR10 ended up going to the SR8s, right?
Yeah, that's right. So we saw a big field of 10s at the start of the year, and now they've kind of just balanced themselves out. There's only got two of them now. For a track like this, I'm not sure if straight line's really going to play a part. We do know that the S10 has, I think, three tenths down a straight, so there's a lot of long spots here. So it will take a quick driver to use all that speed. So.
Yeah, it's almost like once especially against Suzuka, you don't really get an opportunity to spool that turbo up properly on the SR10, do you? So yeah, it's kind of, as soon as you kind of get it up to speed and it's up to that revs, it's kind of get back into the braking zone and get back onto it, eh?
That's right. So as we see now, a few guys, it takes a few laps to warm up these tyres, and these guys are going to just circle around and start pushing. Knowing Scotty, he'll probably start at the back of the grid this race, because I don't see him out on track at the moment, unless he's on track doing his old off-track trick and just getting some laps in. So we see a few guys now lighting up the times. All green sectors are for their first laps, and a couple of purples in there.
Michael Cuttajar, as we're seeing on board with Michael Cuttajar right now in the number 11 car. 3 purple sectors there, 1 green and then 3 purple sectors. So we're going to see an even faster time from him this lap, I think. He's currently with a 152.84, so pretty quick, man. That's 7/10 faster than anybody else on track at the moment. So
yeah, that's right. He's fired up the tyres and he's just pushing on now, and he's going purple through the middle sector. He's got a green sector there for the fast pit. Obviously, the 10 probably has that purple sector, and he's now pushing onto the finish straight.
Tell you what, he's very, very smooth through that last chicane, and that's going to be an advantage tonight. If you can be smooth through there and just keep a level head, I think. Keep calm through that last. It's easy enough through qualifying, but a lot easier said than done when you're in the heat of battle.
Yeah, he's done a 52.3 there as well, when David Unger behind has done a 52.9. So there's a kind of a gap there between the top few cars, but again, these guys will just get into a rhythm and start pushing, as we see Sinkovic lighting up the times in the wrong colour there as he starts his laps.
Just having a bit of trouble, I think, maybe. It is a pretty difficult track round here at Suzuka, but he's also in the SR10, so probably not that well suited to here as well.
Yeah, and he's in the 10, and he's, it seems like he's off the line a bit, but he comes in, not much practice. He's a busy man during the day, and he always answering his phones, always annoying Nathan in the background. So he's a very busy man.
Should be in the background going, oh, I'm glad you guys found that funny. Love it. It's such a cool looking livery, actually. I'm loving the new SRW liveries now, so that's very, very cool to see. We have Mr. Scotty Rankin. He is absolutely on the push. He's had some great weeks, and he's definitely seen some massive improvements. He seems to be in a groove in these SR8s a bit more now. Which is good to see that he's kind of finding his way, and he's definitely got some pace, and it seems whatever he drives he's got some pace, no matter whether it's driving left or right. So it's good to see him out on track once again this week.
That's right, and hopefully he dodges his teammate this week as well. So we know he had a contact with him last week, so yeah, interesting to see.
Yeah, that was yeah. I was trying not to mention that, but yeah, that was yeah. Wow, Adam Simpson with the 152.788 in the SR10 as well. He's pushing hard, so maybe he is being able to get a better exit out of that chicane and getting to be able to spool up that turbo enough down that main straight. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, he's put a nice lap in there up to P2, just in front of Dave Unger there, and a few of the other guys behind are just a couple of seconds off, because this is quite a tricky track where you got to commit to all the downforce that's available to get the lap time out.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's definitely a 100% commitment track, isn't it? Very much like I suppose not quite as much as Spa commitment, but it's definitely up there, commitment levels, and how far you have to keep it on the edge, and how much you have to push the car to the edge of grip limit, I suppose you'd call it.
Well, that's right. Especially with that sector 1, it's all the S's, all zigzags, left, right, and then you're onto that quick straight. You really got to commit through that, and then you tap the brake into the right-hander, and you can come out the other side, and hopefully you got a purple sector by the end of it. As we see this end of the sector, or the lap, sorry, and he's coming around the last corner here. If you can call it a corner, because it's more of a little dip to complete his lap. Yeah, does Nathan improve?
I always find it crazy in turn 1 as well, down through here. As it comes to a weird sort of camber, it kind of sucks you into the apex, and then it kind of spits you out. It kind of rolls in on itself, and it's very easy to kind of spin the car there if you're not right on the line, or you get a bit too.
He's going to be impeded.
Oh.
I'm not sure what happened there. I think Cowie's the other car involved in that incident with in qualifying. These boys should have plenty of room. Sinkovic is off.
Oh.
Spinovic, I should say.
You just got a bit. That's exactly what I was just talking about. Turn 1. It's so easy to do because it just kind of scoops you up.
I wonder how Cowie got off the road
up
there,
and
'cause
around.
Cowie's off there too.
So thank you very much to DSL Welding Services for the action replay.
Oh, so Cowie just followed him.
Wow.
And then the rejoin, which ended up balking the lap behind.
Oh, hey, we've got Nathan Allen out on track as well. We saw some serious pace in qualifying from him last week, and he actually started a reverse grid, I'm pretty sure, for a second race last week in first there, and then ended up slotting back through the grid. But he actually ended up finishing sixth place in last week's feature race, which was quite good from him. It was just a bit disappointing. He did actually hold it for a few laps actually, so we had a good little bit of a race. But it's hard when you've got the likes of Scotty Callahan and Michael Cottager and Adam Simpson and Dave Unger and those sort of guys behind you really pushing, especially people like, you know, Dave Unger has been racing these SR8s for over 10 years. You know, that's just a touch of experience, you know.
Well, he's come into the series to not say fill a grid spot, but you know, learn a new car. He hasn't really driven that much, so it's good to see him out there cutting some laps. He's in P9 at the moment with a 55.1, so good to see you out there, Nate.
Very good. So we got a bit of a smaller grid at the moment. We still actually have quite a few people.
Got Rankin's just jumped up to P3. He's on a 52.67.
Woohoo! Here we go. He's on the push now. He's in his tyre window. He's got 3 minutes to go, so he's definitely pushing. As you can see, there's a bit more of a longer lap than we're used to in some of our rounds. A bit of a longer track here, just over 5 kilometers, 5.2, 5.3 kilometers. Suzuka, so quite a long track actually in comparison to some of the other ones around the planet, and some of the other ones that we've actually been racing around as well.
Yeah, I'm really glad I'm not driving a TC car around here this season, because it'd be quite difficult to drive a big car like this. You know, something that's more aero dependent, like the Radical, and you know, as we see, the F3s would be really good cars around here.
Yeah, you can actually, I suppose, you use the speed as much as you can, as long as you've got enough cojones to really push it on the limit and keep it on the limit.
Well, that's right. You got to really use the car, the downforce that's behind you, and throw it in and rely on the car having the grip. If you throttle through, of course, you're still going to get through the corner, but you're not going to have the natural speed that you want. As we see, Kalajar he's done a 52.081 for the pole position at the moment, and he's 5/10 clear of Adam Simpson in P2. And Scotty's only a 10th behind the B2, so he's just pushing along as well. He seemed to be a bit of a late comer out of this one. He's done a lot of yellow sectors for his, but Scotty's out there now. Even the Scotty Callahan, I think he's just doing off tracks and just cruising and might start from the back.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's definitely not pushing as hard as he would be normally. So I think he might be thinking, well, there's plenty of spaces to overtake on this track, so he might be just kind of biding his time, being patient and trying to slot himself through the pack. And yeah,
as you see, he's just pulling over the pit lane there, showing off his wash me car, trying to find a car wash, but I don't think there's one in the pit lane.
No, just put more dirt all over the back of it.
We've only got a minute left in this session, as we see a nice drift from Spinovich, and he reverses off the track.
Just staying out of the way. Very good move from him. Not sure who's coming along the track right now, but he seems pretty safe to get back on track for where he is, so he's all good. Be interesting to see. There seems to be quite a few people, guys. We've got 15 in the lobby all up, or we've actually got 10 people that have settled time, so we've actually got 5 races at the back there that have not even actually attempted to set a lap. So these guys might be just trying to stay out of the melee at the back and thinking that there might be some madness on lap 1.
Yeah, we look at the 991 car of Cowie. He's just pushing on in his average sim. We mentioned it every week, and he's out here. He's done what's his lap time? 54.49. So he's just cruising along in the back, driving like a supercar, smashing all the curbs. And we saw it last week. He was smashing the curbs and he was making mistakes, as we see him run a bit wide there to cross the line. And that's his qualifying session done. He moves up 1 spot with that lap. So a 54 flat. Well done, Gio.
Beautiful work. Beautiful work. It's been very interesting. It's a lot of cars that haven't put in a lap, so it's really interesting to see how they slot themselves back through the pack.
Yeah, a few cars as well practicing the pit lane as we see the Western Mazda car there. Western Motor Group car, sorry, going into the pit lane with his bloody high beams on, flashing his headlights. They are very bright
Doing
LEDs.
the old Tyson, yeah, down the main straight. You
Yeah,
love a bit of flashing the headlights, don't you?
well, yeah, last night I was flashing the headlights because, you know, it's very hard to drift the car and get it in the corners, you know. I did
Yeah.
hear a remark that I was watching the stream. I don't watch the stream, I just drift.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you weren't watching me last night because I actually ended up fencing the car. So it was quite embarrassing for my P2. I ended up getting a tow back to pit lane. So,
I missed that one. That's crazy. That's great.
yeah,
That's funny,
kind of
guys.
glad you missed it because it was embarrassing. I was trying to show off and I ended up in the fence. So,
You almost got away with it until you mentioned it.
oh, that's right. But I don't mind throwing myself under the bus. So I'm going to get a rear grid next week for the TCRs, but I like starting from the back, so should be more interesting for me.
Yeah, you got the pace to catch him anyway, don't you?
Oh no, I wouldn't say I've got the pace. Oh, I just can brake the car a lot easier than a lot of the other guys, and most of the time, you know, when it comes to racing the fast guys, I actually can't get to them because you know, that 4 or 5 tenths slower lap. So, but I just need to practice. But who needs practice? You can just go send it.
Okay. Flash your headlights and go full send, yep.
That's right. Sometimes I leave my headlights on too, just to get that extra distraction out there.
Yeah, just to distract people a little bit more.
Yeah, just a winky face, you know, the flashing. If only you could do the winky face flash.
Yeah.
But I think that's our qualifying. Everyone seems to be, you know, just coasting around a lot of yellow sectors. So, and there's only one car on track.
Yeah, Timothy Schmellenberg is our last car on track here, guys. So that's finishing up of qualifying. Didn't notice that. Didn't change too much in those last lap or so. So
Yeah, I'm not sure if the track just kind of fell off because it seems to be a trend unless the tyres are, you know, only good for about 4 laps and they can't get much more top speed out of them. I'm not too sure. But the track is 0% when we start and then it ramps up over time. So I'm not sure what it is now. The track is percent as we see mowing the lawn there.
yeah.
But that's the end of the qualifying there.
So fantastic. So results of our qualifying, guys. We actually only had 10 people who actually set a time. So we've got 15 people on track tonight. Our fastest time was Michael Carter with a 152.082. It was weird. I thought we would have actually. It seemed like those times were going to come down again, and we were going to go underneath that 152 mark, but it didn't actually happen. As you said, the track seemed to have sort of just plateau there a little bit in grip, etc. So Adam Simpson there in second place, Dave Unger in third place. All three to very much watch. SR10 in second place there. So Adam Simpson's going to try and hold his place, keep his elbows out. Scotty Rakin there in fourth place for Team SRW. So go Scotty. Well done, Scotty. Nathan Verney definitely one to watch. Loves it. Really good with his racecraft. If he can stay out of the trouble, he's definitely one to watch, and he'll be up there battling with these guys also. Timothy Schmellenberg in sixth, and Andrew Cowan in seventh. Great qualifying again for him. Nathan Allen in eighth. Ninth, Nick Schmellenberg. In 10th, we've got Scotty Callahan with a late kind of starting of qualifying, so that's why he hasn't smashed out the quickest of times there. Stephen McCartan in 11th, Wayne Edwards in 12th, Stephen Sinkovich in 13th, Matthew Boylett in 14th, and Jet Murray in 15th. And Stephen McCartan, sorry, our race control, just slotted in there because that's in between the people that are qualified and haven't qualified.
Yeah, that's right. And Jet and Matthew aren't actually here as well. They've left the session, so their cars have actually decided to brake, so the engines are smoking in pit lane, so they won't be attending the race today.
Ouch. Well, that's got to suck. We do. So we got Jean. We got a bit of chatter in our chat box here. We got John Cash and good evening, gentlemen. And said I can need to offer a bit. Hang on, here we go. We're going up to the start of our race for the SRW round 6 SR8s versus SR10s. We are at Suzuka tonight, guys. Great start from all the races here. Scotty Callahan trying to file out into into the inside line here. But as we come through, we're keeping into positions. Off starter Dave Unger has actually slotted himself up into second place there with a great start. But here, as we see, Scotty Callahan having a bit of a battle here with Nathan Verdi, but Nathan Verdi seems to have just been on the wrong line here. Scotty Callahan just trying to close him out here. Might be able to get the inside line and be able to force Nathan Verdi onto the outside and keep this. No, Nathan Verdi just trying to push his elbows out as much as he can. Make that little SR rate as wide as he can, and keep him out of the running for it. But Adam Simpson now slotted down into fifth place from his second place. Oh, it was Nathan Allen there at the back there. Wowee, what's happened to him? He's just had a bit of a moment off into the grass.
In the background, he had a spinning around a bit wide there. It's a tough corner. We're up to the hairpin now. He's just Scotty, like a break. And we're pushing on here. Cowie didn't get a strong start as we ride on board with him. He seemed to bog the car down, but he's pushing away. He's down one spot.
Great, pretty impressive start actually. I thought we would have gotten a bit more carnage on turn one as well, but we didn't. It was good. Especially on cold tyres and these things. There's some weird camber on this track in spots. So great to see all these guys getting the opportunity. Other than Nathan Allen seems to be
He does have amazing straight line speed, as we noted before, but it's a bit hard to see the difference unless they're right next to each other. So you're going to stay on board, and he gets a bit deep there. He's going to get a really poor exit, but we're going to watch the understeer as he rides, and he's vulnerable to the SRW car. But watch the speed down the straight. If he gets in the tow, he'll be past him before turn one. Here he goes.
Wow, look at that. You can see as soon as it turns on, just as soon as it pulls up, the turbo definitely makes a massive difference.
Yeah, so if he can use this car and its ability, of course, we've seen a little bit of understeer through the car, but they also could be involved with the cold tyres. So he's really got to push on. He made a few mistakes early, so he's dropped down. I think he's in P3 at the moment, so he just got third back. So
yeah, so it's just Scotty Raggett's still on the hunt with Adam Simpson. Adam Simpson with a great straight line speed, but that's the only place you can get it. It seems to be the only place on the whole track the SR10's got a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, it seems like the slower corners, it's a very understeery car. So maybe that's the problem that we finally get to pick up on, and with a few more twisty corners. As you see, car going up the inside now, but backs out of it. Nathan there. He knew the gap was going to close, so he decided to pull out of it. Go very deep there and a lock of the brake there, but you see Scotty Cal up the inside, trying to make advantage of that. Gets a good run, but he's going to be on the dirty side of the track, but he's going to be on the inside for the next corner if he can stick around the outside.
Woohoo! Well, they're still in this battle, locked in this battle with locked on lads car there. Nathan Verdi still battling. Nathan's not letting him have it, is he?
And Cowie's sitting right behind to take advantage of anything that happens with these guys. They're in a nice little draft train at the moment. As we see the car in the front there just disappearing. You hopefully come back and be Adam Simpson, I think.
Hopefully that doesn't mean something terminal, something else is going to happen. It's never a good sign if someone's flashing, is it?
No, that's right, especially in a race like this, where these boys are only just started and they're very close together on track.
45-minute race as well too. In these cars, on this track. It's going to be interesting when the tyres
Simpson goes to the move down the inside.
It's actually quite great. Good.
He gets the understeer through the corner again.
Massive, isn't it? Yeah, you can definitely see that they get a lot more downshift rotation in the SR8 through the corner in the rear end of that car.
Look at them, like they're all on him. He gets the run down the straight, but he just struggles through this first sector. And these guys are all over him, putting all the pressure on. The wing, of course, in the 8 is a lot bigger. So I wonder if that could be the difference in the car. I'm not sure.
But even on track, you can see how much less nimble the SR10 is in changing direction. It looks like when it changes weight distribution direction, it seems like it's just
he's just pulled out, and a lot of those guys go through then. So maybe it just had a slowdown.
Oh no!
I'm not sure. But he's
like a slow down there, doesn't it?
Yeah. So slow down, guys. For some of you that not sure if you cut the track and gain an advantage, iRacing will give you that time penalty, so you can, you know, sometimes a second and a half, and it sometimes feels like forever to clear it.
Yeah, it does. Second and a half in racing feels like a year and a half, doesn't it?
It does.
Especially when it's like, you know, when you hit a drive through and it's a 40 second, that feels like an absolute lifetime, doesn't it?
Oh, it definitely does.
So Mr. Cuttajar and Dave Unger are just absolutely pushing. The intervals now, guys, they've got a wow, mate, they're a good sizable gap in front of these guys. They're a good Michael Cuttajar, Dave Unger, and Michael Cuttajar are a good four and a half seconds.
Cuttajar has 3 seconds to David, and to David, the gap to the leader from P3 is 8 seconds. So that battling we saw earlier, you know, sometimes it's good fun to battle on track, but it can cost you lap time. And we see it's only lap 4, and that gap's already expanded all the way up to 8 seconds.
Yeah. It's definitely going to make it a lot more difficult at the pointy end of this race.
And he has decided to.
Oh no! He did have some flashing earlier, didn't he? So.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. We'll try and get to the bottom of that, but I'd like to see Adam lead the race like that. He's driving back to the pit lane and parked it.
Well, yeah, maybe it's just technical issues there for him. So one of the SR10s, leading SR10 of the championship, is out, it seems, tonight. It is shattering. Adam did really well last night as well in the F3, so it would have been great to see him on the podium again tonight. And I think he was lined up for one there as well, so that'll be shattering for him as well. Just in the chat box, I'll get back to the chat box as well. We've got Paul Gerlin saying, "Let's go, Scotty," and said, "Let's go, SRW boys." And John Cashin said, "That should read now, not need, my fat fingers not working." Oh, okay, John Cashin just saying, just explaining his earlier message. He said, "The safety car driver, as I just took delivery of a Simbri." Okay, he wants to offer to be safety car driver because he's just got his new Simbri by the sounds of that. So awesome to see, John. Thank you very much. Welcome. Oh, nice. So he's actually listening for quite a while.
Scotty making a move now down the inside of the SRW car. I think that's for position as well on track.
Oh, look at that, Scotty. As we came to expect as well.
Are they side by side? Yeah, they are side by side. Ooh.
Oh, the battle for the two Scotties. The Scotty versus Scotty battle is on once again.
And he get the job done there, and he's up a position. As Rattlegun Rankin is sitting behind, and you know, as I said, this pack's kind of bunched up, so it's good to see. But they're really costing themselves a bit of time here. So Scotty wants to, and that Scotty Callahan I'm talking about, wants to clear these guys and try and close that gap to the podium spots, because again, they've cleared out nicely over this last lap. So again, that gap for Scotty is up to nearly 10 seconds from the lead. He's back, our championship leader.
He's done. He's bridged bigger gaps before, so I'm sure he'll get there.
As you see, Nicholas in the pit lane here. I'm not sure for what happened here.
Oh, Nick Schmellenberg. What's happened with Nick? Oh, he's had a bit of a moment there, it seems, on SCK.
As we got a DSL replay here. He's gone a bit deep, lost there and spun around. Yeah, does a nice job. Does he keep it off the fence? He does. He's done a good job there.
It looks like he was just showing off there, to be honest.
And then he's driven it into the pit lane.
Yeah, okay, then. Fair enough.
He's back on track, I've been told, so he's returning the race to Sissuol. He make a mistake there, and he's ran wide. Now he's under pressure from Cowie. Cowie's got a great run. Is he going to go down the inside? He does. He gets the job done, but is he going to have the exit? No, because the draft is going to play a big part. He's going to get the switch back, Scotty, but he's sitting behind the tail. He's going to go down the inside, down turn one. Ooh, he has to think about it, and he decided not to. So these guys, again, putting on an awesome show at the back of this top 10.
Radicals. It does provide this pretty exciting close racing as well. I thought we'd be running the risk of lots of gaps opening up, like we've seen at the front there, already opening up that massive gap. But these guys.
Scotty G's putting the pressure on now. Is he going to make a move? Oh, they're going to contact. Oh, he had to take the curb then.
Wow,
If he didn't take that curb, there was definitely going to be contact. Scotty went around the outside. That was an awesome move through there.
Down to the hairpin as well, so smoothly done. That's one of the things. Definitely, Suzuka rewards smoothness around here. If you can be nice and smooth, then car around here, be fast.
Then Scotty, other Scotty's now putting the pressure on Cowie, and he's having a look down the inside to try and get that spot back after his mistake at the hairpin. He's puts Cowie, ran him right, but Cowie, no, there's runoff there. So he's, still got it, but he's still running. Look at the curb made him unsettled, so Scott's going to have to run down the back in the SRW car.
Yeah, he's like hit the AstroTurf and then a bit of gutter and a bit of.
Oh, he's contacted the straight.
Oh wow! Yeah, Cowie's got it on the inside, so he's kept that speed, but it's going to be smooth.
Oh, we got to come up in the
Dave
fence.
had a big moment into
That's
the
P2.
wall.
That is P2 into the fence.
Oh, into the fence.
Let's go quickly go over an action replay of that. He's done it by himself as well.
Wow.
Oh, he's just gone straight. He's just gone straight.
Wow.
Oh no.
He's just completely missed his
I've never seen that
He had
before.
hardware issues again.
That's you don't break there. It's flat. You hold that flat.
Oh, you did so, yeah. Huh?
He
Didn't
didn't
look like a
turn.
yeah.
That's a strange one there.
And Cowie's had a bit of a moment too, it seems.
Yeah, he's gone to the pit lane as well, David, there, so he should be taking that fast repair, grabbing whatever fuel and tyres he needs, and he'll be pushing back on. But that's hurt. P2 off. So that's opened the gap now to 11.6 seconds to Scotty Callahan, and he's in the podium spot where he wants to be.
Especially because Dave Unger has had some hardware issues this season as well, and he's only just come back on the last couple of weeks of a holiday, which was great for him and all the rest of it. But then it was just, yeah, he seems to not be having much luck. Seems to maybe there's some gremlins back, maybe. That definitely did not look right.
You're right on board now with Nathan. So you can see Scotty already taking clearing that gap in front, and these guys really need to sort themselves out, work together and try and catch up back to Scotty as Nathan's in the draft, pulls out, gets blocked, and has to sit behind.
And is he going to be able to make yeah, he's definitely going to be able to make this stick by the look of it. Nathan Verney looks at home at Suzuka. It looks like he's having fun around here, so, and he loves that they're just chipping away at everyone. So he'll be definitely one of the most consistent kind of around the same lap times, I think, every lap. So if he can stay out of the trouble, he might be able to get a podium, yeah, get a big scout.
That's right, as I said, you want to work together. There's a big gap to the car in front, and if you battle, we can already see it's already up to 10 seconds, and it's only lap 8 to the leader. So they've got to really push on. As much as it's fun, it's to race together. You kind of just want to sit there. As we see Scotty, I think Scott Rankin's had another problem because Cowie's got back in front of him, and now they've dropped off this pack a fair bit, so they've lost about 7 seconds to this pack.
Yeah, that seems to. Oh, doesn't seem. I think Cowie's had a bit of a moment a little while back there, but maybe. Oh, okay. Just
Cowie's got a little bit of damage to the rear of his car, but it could be from just curb. Because if you hit the curbs a bit too much, they do smack it up a bit. And I have seen in the past when I drove these, if you smash the curbs, you can even get the meatball flag sometimes. So you have to be very careful.
Really, just from way too much damage on your car, especially that front splitter as well. If you do some pretty irreparable damage to that, it's definitely a meatball, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see Cowie's, giving Scotty a run for his money for this track position. He's got trying to go down the inside and get it done, because remember, he's in the fight for the championship. really trying to close the gap. The gap between P3 and P5 in the championship is only about 15 points, so it's very close.
Yeah, he just definitely just put it, making it difficult for him. And I'm glad he is as well. I love that.
He goes a bit deep there, and Scotty's going to have the run, but he'll Cowie parked in mid-corner there, which is good, which compromised Mr. Radagon Rankin's exit, so he's really got to benefit from this toe. But Cowie's running that nice defensive line, hitting the middle of the track, forcing the car to go around. So seeing go down and hold it too wide. Scotty has to pull out of it, see if he can get the switch back.
See, that's the thing with these SR8s, the straight's just not quite long enough, is it? For you to be able to harness any sort of slipstream or draft for it to make a difference.
Yeah, chuck a turbo in there, should be right.
Yeah, it should be right, mate. Or two. No such thing as too many turbos, right?
No, that's right. I don't see the gap at the front as well from the Scott Callahan closing anytime soon. It's still 11.8 seconds and he's pushing. Who's our fastest car on track at the moment? We can get the lap. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, so the fastest car on track at the moment is our leader. He's done I think it was a 52.30. 52.3, which was his fastest lap. So he's pushing along, and the car behind has done a 52.32. So the time difference, it's neck and neck between those two front runners, which makes it harder to close the gap. As we see Sinkovic run a bit wide, and he's going to go into the sand. No, he keeps it off. Good job.
We see Dave Unger on the way back, trying to get his claw his way back. Hey.
We said the same thing. That's jinx.
Sorry, I was going to let you go then. Oh, good.
Yeah, so Dave's 54 seconds off the lead at the moment, so and with a pit stop. So that gap, of course, will change, and it's clear air's really good. You know, you're not battling, as I said, with the other guys, because if those mid-pack, if they keep battling, this brings him right back into play. Even though he had that early mistake, you know, there's still 20, I think we got 27 minutes left in this race.
We've got some serious action coming, I think. But I think this is the point you're going to see, you know, it's sort of these gaps starting to build up and open up quite a bit. A lot more like we've got between Michael Cottager and the rest of the field. Scotty Callahan up 8 positions already. He's already cut that interval and that gap down quite a bit. He's cut it down now to 12 seconds.
No, he's actually losing time, yeah, because it was 10 originally, and now he's dropped back next to 2.
Oh yeah, he is too. Yeah.
So Scotty's really pushing. And he's done the fastest lap on that last lap as well. He's done a 52.2. And yeah, he's pushing hard. And the car in front has done a 52.24. So
yeah, 300th of a second slower than Scotty Callahan. So they're very, very close.
Yeah, so you can see, you know, they're kind of the similar pace, but you know that gap, that's what hurts the most. And maybe, you know, starting from the back for Scott, it was the wrong choice, but hey, he's here to race and have fun, and that's the way he does it all the time. So, you know, something could happen. We've still got a long way to go. We're just about hitting halfway now. Oh, sorry, we're still 3 minutes away from halfway. So now we're on Nathan Burney.
You never know. Michael Cottager can always make a mistake. Anyone can make a mistake.
Well, that's right. We saw David do it, and you know he was in P2, and he was in there. You know, a nice little gap, pocket gap as well. So you're right, anything can happen.
So John Cashin, that's just said in the chat as well. My old chat name was John C. Okay, so John C that we used to see on the chat is actually John Cashin, and now he's got a sim rig. So hopefully we'll see John Cashin in some of our lobbies soon.
No, that's right.
Maybe even on the podium.
Maybe even in the Radicals. You know, the Radicals is a free, I think it's a free series to join. So if you're looking anybody to join and want to race something on this Thursday night, definitely give the Radicals a go. They're a lot of fun. Of course, next season there'll be a lot more action coming, and we're going to have basically the similar cars that we got now, and we got the Porsches up next. So we can't forget that. So anybody out there in SimWorld who's watching our broadcast, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell to see when we're live, or just jump in and race them yourself and come back and watch all the action that is on the broadcast.
Big shout out to our sponsors for tonight as well, guys. Our sponsors tonight for our Radicals. Big shout out to DSL Welding Services. As always, our series sponsor. Our round sponsor is Scotty Callahan, or Scotty Callahan Racing, as we'll see up at second place at the moment there. Big shout out to the Safety Car and Promo Department. Stream sponsor Pagnian Imports, or Pagnian Advanced Simulations, aka. And everybody out there also. So once again, thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, and if you use the promo code that is in the chats of your live streams and get 5% off from Pagnian Imports, guys, they'll be able to get you back on the grid, out here racing with us, or even better, it might be an upgrade. Yeah, everyone likes that time of an upgrade, especially just after financial years. So you want 5% off, use our discount code.
Now you gotta love this time of year. How everyone's like, what should I upgrade to? Possibly.
Yeah,
You know?
F1 calls it the silly season, with the summer break. You know, we call it spending season here at Oz. So
Yeah. Very, very true. So should be good. Hopefully, I'm banking on it. Maybe a new shifter. Maybe a good load cell handbrake or something. Maybe I'm thinking. Who knows? Soaking that. Yeah, bananas on downhills a bit more.
Pit lane seems to be lightening up too now. Sorry to cut you off there, Toddy. His carry's made his pit stop, and now P1. Hopefully these guys, as we see Sinkovic as well, now going down to pit lane to get some more petrol. Fill it up. He's a bit trundling down there, a bit slow, but as he pulls into his pit box. I think this is a battle for podium as well. This spot here.
Here we go. Nick Schmellenberg. Oh no, this is Nathan Verdi and Nick Schmellenberg. Timothy Schmellenberg. Oh, let's get bloody Schmellenbergs. Sorry. But Nathan Verdi, as we've seen, is just very good at consistent laps, eh? If people make little mistakes, he's sort of, if he makes mistakes, he makes a big one. But if he doesn't make a big one, he just doesn't tend to make a mistake at all, Nathan Verdi. I've seen with his racing over the last 3 seasons, so been great to see his improvements, and if he can keep his head about him, he's definitely going to do well tonight, and I think he might be able to catch Tim here.
Yep, and he's definitely got his eyes on the car in front, locked on, racing here, pushing hard behind. You got the eyes there, so if you look in the mirror, you see these eyes chasing you in the mirror. It's definitely off-putting as you see a little mistake from the car in front, which he's going to capitalise on here, Nathan, or as you sit behind, no, the door's shut through the S's.
At the back of the JWM Motorsports car. JWM Motorsports in their team name, down the bottom left. TW Engineering is their major sponsor for their team. So it's quite cool, the locked on lads car there with the eyes looking at the back.
That's a great shot. Right in the back here with the, even in every car we go, we put the cameras in really good spots so we can see, these awesome angles that you kind of see in real life as well. So it's a great action shot here. And, seeing some of the scenery around as well. If you look to the left, these beautiful trees and power lines. it's a great shot that opens up the immersion of how great detail these circuits are.
Definitely very Japanese scenery, I suppose. Very, very typical sort of Japanese sort of.
Touchy in the brakes there. Is he going to get the exit?
Nathan's really getting very, very squirrely on the exit there.
And he's just trying to break the toe. You see him take the inside line and just say, "Yep, I'm running a defensive line here. I don't want you coming down the inside late." But I think he's a bit too far back there, Nathan. So.
Oh,
it's definitely put him behind the 8 ball now, hasn't it? It was right underneath that back wing of Timothy Schmellenberg there, but now he's just dropped back from that little bit of a mistake, maybe getting a bit too overconfident on the gas, on the exit of the chicane, down to the main straight, just trying to get a better exit and get a bit more of a boost, I'm sure.
And with David Unger as well making his, forced pit stop entry, he's now sitting right in front of Scotty Rankin and Andrew. So it kind of did cost him time, but he's still, pulling out in front, so with that clear air.
And as we know, Dave Unger's definitely got the pace to get back there, so...
Oh, that's right. And the gap to the leader, still sitting 12 seconds, so Scotty Cow cannot close the gap as much as he probably would have hoped.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult, isn't it? They're sitting, averaging approximately, about a couple of tenths, a couple of hundredths of a second apart from each other. Scotty Callahan and Michael Cuttajar's laps at the moment. Michael Cuttajar is actually just masterclass today. He's led from the beginning and made sure that he knew that he needed to get incrementally better laps early on to make sure that Scotty couldn't catch him. And it's really definitely played into his hands with 20 minutes here to go, but anything could happen.
That's right, and we're going to come to the that pit stop where the fuel, when they need to get the gas. And I don't think any of these guys will take any tyres because the tyre stop is it's pretty slow. You've got to lift the rear up and then lift the front up, and it's done differently when the fuel as well. They have to do the fuel first and then take the tyres. So you'll see a lot of these cars probably in these shorter kind of races just take fuel.
Do you think these tyres will fall off a cliff about that 35-40 minute mark, or do you think they'll make it?
They're probably already starting to hurt now, but the only time you really want to have tyres if we get a yellow flag mid-late race, because that's when you can definitely benefit from.
Oh, that's when it kind of opens up enough time that it becomes feasible to take that stop, essentially.
That's right. As we can see the difference here, I noticed it last lap with Nathan, the lines through these S's for both these cars are completely different. As you see a big hairy moment there from both drivers, just taking a bit hairy through there. And in the exit, Nathan did a turn in a little bit early, had to correct himself.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that the tyres are starting to fall off on both of these guys here. They're definitely getting a lot more rotation into those corners.
So we see a bit of dust being kicked up ahead, so hopefully not a car's gone off, but...
Scotty Callahan's had a moment. Scotty Callahan's off. Scotty Callahan's off, is he? Or has he just put a
Yeah,
tyre
he's definitely
off?
at the moment because he's dropped down a couple more seconds, so... And I did see some dust kick up on my end, so we'll definitely see if he has had a moment.
There.
But he's lost about 4 seconds to his original, the original gap he has. It's only about 12 before, and now it's up to 15.
Yeah, wow. Well, hey, so it'll be interesting to see. I think it just might have been a little bit of a brain fart, maybe a little bit of a late break, and that's cost him a lot on a track like this. This is really, it's hard to get back up to speed on this track quickly.
Yeah, I think he ran wide on the exit and just rubbed the grass and kicked it up. So it's probably he hasn't lost a huge amount of time, but he's lost a little bit. So as you see, Vernie up into the pit lane, and our leader still doing purple lap times out there. He's done a 52.1, and we see Scotty. He did a 55.3, so he definitely made a mistake on that lap.
Massive. And see Nathan Verney was going way too quick into the pits, had to slam on the brakes and locked up the brakes just before coming over the pit line entry, and almost slapped it into the wall when he locked it up. So lucky for him. Hopefully he doesn't have to do another drive through because he's speeding the pit lane, but we'll see.
Yeah, we haven't really talked too much about Michael in front. He's just doing his own race, hitting those purple laps, and just cruising, so he's doing a good job.
Yep. Old Cuttajar's cutting laps pretty hard tonight. Sorry. I'm only allowed one bad joke, so... There you go, Shibby. I'm only allowed one. There it goes.
Yeah, so he's sitting 15th in the championship at the moment, so he must have missed a few rounds. He's a privateer. He's on 276 points. Doesn't mean he can't go out there at some of these tracks, and still put on a great show. So he's driving quite well out there.
Yeah, I think he's missed quite a few rounds. He's there for the the first few and then missed quite a few in the middle there. So I think he's missed actually 4 rounds. So that would explain a lot. But he's done very well in the races that he's been here for. So
That's right. And he's here, you know, putting on a show and leading this race quite comfortably with a 15-second gap. So now 16 as Scotty crosses the line.
He's taking it to old Scotty as well. Scotty's had a great run the last 2 weeks. Won the round the last 2 weeks, so it'd be good to see Michael Karajar just pushing out there and get the top seat on the podium, top step on the podium today.
Well, that's it. And this race isn't really going to affect Scotty's championship. He's still leading the championship. He's still got a nice comfortable gap to the cars behind. So, of course, you want to go out there and be winning everything. But he's one of our most consistent drivers on the podium. So you see David Unger here, right behind the SRW car of Scott Rankin, I'm pretty sure. So David must have had a mistake last lap because now Scotty is right in front of him.
Yeah, I think we would have seen a bit more carnage and a bit more stuff, a few more mistakes from everyone tonight. But
oh, he's made it. Oh, look at this! He's clipped the grass and he's just done a drift. Has he held it?
wow, you can definitely tell that he's spent a lot of time in his cars. If you can catch it like that, wow, I would have been off into a wall. That thing would have been completely broken if I was driving it.
Yeah, that's
well done.
He's clipped the grass, turned it in, and just because of the nature of the corner, it's kind of saved him at the same time.
That was awesome. That was quite cool. Nice camera work by Jimmy there as well, slowing it down for us, and that epic slow motion drift for him.
Yeah, that's right. It was a great shot there of the outside of it, dipping in, clipping the grass, and using all the downforce, but not the right way. It is off the spot from it, but. As long as Scotty up front as well, Scotty Rankin trying to push and clear. As we switch back to Cow, he's kind of in his own little race here in the purple Toyo Sims Performance Sim Racing car. Again, he's taken these cars on, and he hasn't really raced the Radical much. He did this in Season 1, and he's back again here trying to, prove a point, plus enjoy a car that I think he likes.
Oh yeah, they are fun, but they are a handful. And as we've said before as well, it's, they're one of those cars that lower you into a false insecurity because as soon as you think you've got it and you get a bit more confident, as you've seen, even down to the people like Dave Unger making little mistakes, and he's been driving these for over 10 years. It's just those little mistakes of getting a bit too complacent on the throttle when you come out of the corner. You're like, oh yeah, I've got this, and that 5% too much throttle on exit can mean the difference between you in a wall or off the track or nailing the apex. So yeah.
So you just see Wayne come out of pit lane and just slot behind these guys where he comes right out in the middle of a battle, and he was in P3 and he started from P12, so he's just slotted into pit lane, grabbed some fuel, and he's pulled out right in front of this behind this battle.
Yeah, and I think that warning on the back wing came in handy just then. Just being able to get out of the way. Warning everybody he's an early breaker. Nothing wrong with that. Quite a cool looking car too, actually. Held Thor lightning styles. That's
right, the 117 is Thor. So, he's just smashing through the back.
Yeah. He's got the hammer out.
No, he's got to put the hammer down.
He's got to put the hammer down. Definitely does. Definitely does. He definitely 100% definitely does now. Nick Schmellenberg struggling to keep on the back of Nathan Verney by the look of it as well there.
Ooh.
So Nick Schmellenberg now into the pit with a bit of damage.
Catch the DSL action replay here as he's ran a little bit wide, grabbed the grass and straight into the tyre wall.
Oh no, you have nowhere to go. That's the worst spot to do it, eh?
But he was able to limp it back to the pit lane.
Oh, that's a tough spot to do it as well. Considering you've got another probably almost 5 kilometres of drive limping that thing back to the pits. Wayne Edwards into the pits now also. I thought he'd just come out of the pits.
Yeah, maybe he had a penalty or something. I'm not sure. He's he's gone back into the pit lane. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
interesting.
I'm
Didn't
not
seem
sure
like
what.
he had a drive-through, but maybe he's gone past track limits or something when he's trying to get out of the way of these guys or something. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, again with the track limits today, it's 17 off tracks, and you get a drive-through penalty, and then 10 after that, you get the another
DQ?
drive-through. No DQ limit, just another drive-through.
Okay. Those drive-throughs are pretty rough, especially around here. So you don't want to be caught with that. But that's the thing with Suzuka as well. You have to use a lot of the track limits to be able to harness the right track times and sector times. It's a hard little section actually. It's like a little section. If you get the car wrong wrongly situated at the first part of that sector braking zone, can really put you off in the exit, the final corner there. It's very, very quick sector through here. It's not even really a let off, is it? It's just, you know, you want to hit the right line and stay full on the throttle. And you're coming filing down through the gears, down through to the chicane, but you want to be really smooth about it as well, because it's very easy to either lock it up or spin it on the exit there as well. A lot of curb. There's a lot of curb there, and it unsettles these cars a lot. Down to turn one, bit of a weird camber. It sucks you into the apex, and it kind of draws you out away from the apex, and you have to try and sort of modulate the throttle to suck yourself back to the apex to set yourself up for this kind of quick swoopy kind of, I wouldn't call it chicane section, but a kind of quick swoopy sort of section. It's a lot of throttle modulation and a lot of kind of feathering on the brake as well. So yeah.
Yeah, through there you just want to tap the brake, you know, try and get that nose pointed, because there's a lot of weight in the rear, so you want to use the front of the car to kind of tap the brake and get the nose pointed as much, you know. It seems like a strange technique, but it gets that nose pointed through the heavy corners a lot faster.
Yeah, it's a great technical track. There's a little bit of everything on Suzuka here, so it's a great technical track.
We've got a yellow flag in... we got a request to tow from Nathan, so if we can go to car 83, I think he's got a problem.
Michael Cuttager.
We're going to have a safety car here, I think, so that's going to bring Scotty, Mr. Callahan, right back into this race.
Wowee. So,
no, I think race control has cleared it. I don't think there is going to be a safety car.
He almost caught it. Hey, he's overcorrected there. It's gotten a bit sideways, and he's overcorrected, but overcorrected far too much. Like, just corrected it far too much. Oh, that's unfortunate. He was having a great run as well. Oh, that is very bent car, isn't it? Oh, has he just hit too much exit? Yeah, see, as I was saying, that too much, getting a bit too overzealous on the exit there. Makes it very, very hard. Oh, yeah. You know, I don't even think he really needed to even correct that. I reckon he would have been able to save it if he just let off the gas a little bit and just let it run through onto the inside.
Perhaps we didn't get a safety car out of that as well. Maybe it was just too close to that 5-minute mark, but...
Oh, yeah, true. Coming to 7 minutes to go here, guys. So 6 minutes to go. Yeah, so that may be the reason why we didn't get a safety car. Might be too close, calling it too close to the wick. Quick, sorry.
As you're on board now with Scotty Rankin, he's pushing through, sitting in P6 at the moment. I think he's hunting Dave Unger again, so Dave's got past. As Dave's now, he's cleared out a bit, and Scotty's just pushing behind. So he's done a 52.5 last lap, Scotty has, and the car in front, I think he did a 53 flat. So Scotty's charging.
He's absolutely charging. It was
quite a bit. Spoke too soon.
Oh, curse the commentators here. The old 23 car. Michael Jordan's number taking a bit of a
nice little
spin
burn out there. Thanks to the display, Scotty, but you're pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, he's just showing off. We just wanted to show all the sponsors, making sure we can show off the DSL Welding Services decal on the rear of that car and the side of that car. Mr. Andrew Coward having a great race tonight, 7th place. So he qualified in 7th, and he's kept his 7th place. So very well done to him. Very patient race from him. So great to see him out there smashing on. Had a bit of an earlier battle with Scotty Rankin there. Scotty Rankin's gotten a bit further ahead of him, and he's up there having a battle with Dave Unger now. So. Mr. Wayne Edwards then in 8th place, having a great race as well. We haven't seen much of him tonight, but he's just been very, very patient there to be able to hold it in 8th spot. Great drive from him.
Yeah, you remember he was up to 3rd spot, so yeah, after that drive-through, then he had to face before. I'm not sure what that was for, but yeah, it's not the race he wanted, especially when he's up there on the podium spot.
Yeah, very unfortunate, hey, because it seemed like with that first pit stop, like he was like, okay, cool, this strat looks like it's going to work out for him, didn't it? And then, you know, does one lap and goes back straight back into pits. So, interesting to see what actually happened and what happened to him there.
Well, we're coming towards this back end of this race. We see not only then Steven Sikovic doing a nice donut, he's like, guys, you haven't showed me for a while. Here, look, here's a spin. And he's hidden in the pit lane.
I was just showing off before he went into pits. Well, I'm going to the pits anyway. I may as well show off the logos a bit.
I'm not sure if everyone's pitted yet. I'm just trying to figure that out on my times as well. So as we get the pit stops on screen now.
So everybody has pit, except for obviously the guys that dropped out of our race at the start there. So a few technical issues for Adam Simpson, Jet Murray and Matt Boylett, unfortunately. Great driving from these guys, and as you can see, Suzuka's definitely lends itself to a few more gaps. And our next race also, guys, will be going to the Hungaroring in the Porsche GT3 Cup cars, 992s. Which should be very interesting to watch. It's one of those love-hate tracks, isn't it, Hungaroring? Some people love it and some people hate it, so I'm still on the fence.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the racing there tonight. I'm looking forward to, because I'm in the RC box for that one next, so should be an interesting, hopefully relaxing race like the F3s were last night. Didn't have to do a thing last night in the F3s. Sat there and looked good, and hopefully the same thing tonight. Hopefully plenty of action for the broadcast, as we always do. You know, this race had an awesome start, went to the middle stage again, and then, you know, hopefully it spices up with a couple of minutes left in this race.
Yes, definitely. But it's definitely gaps for Nathan Verney doing a great job to slot himself into that 3rd place. And now opened up quite a sizable gap to Nick Timothy Schmellenberg behind him, over 4 seconds now. So maybe Timothy just fell off the back of him and a bit worried about his tyres, etc. I'm sure these guys are finding it pretty rough on these tyres with a minute and a bit left to go. So we should be seeing Barney with the white flag out soon, guys.
That's right, we're getting close now to the end of this race.
See if Barney's out there with the white flag or not. No, he's not. So we will be running another lap. Oh no, he is out there with the white flag. He's waving the white flag, guys. Last lap. Scotty Callahan still pushing so hard, isn't he? He's trying to bridge that gap, but unfortunately with that little bit of a mistake, he did have about a 12-second gap. Now he's down to that about 16-second gap though there. So it didn't look like he was likely going to bridge the gap anyway, did it?
That's right. He's kind of just fell into a rhythm here, I think, and he's just cruising along to bring it home and get the points that he can get for this race. You know, he started from the back of the grid. He accepted the challenge, and it's kind of not worked out probably the way he planned or he wanted, but P2 is still about him.
Most definitely, and he'll make enough points to keep his lead in the championship anyway. um, for this round anyway. So he'll still be happy. I think that's probably why he didn't stress too much about setting a really fast qualifying time, probably in the end as well.
Yeah, that's right. Because he had a big enough gap to in the championship where you can play around, have a bit of fun, and I think that's exactly what he's done here.
And Nathan Verney, definitely this is his drive of the season, I think, in the so far in the SR8s into the podium position, and a great patient drive from him. Awesome work. And as we go as a checkered flag, Mr. Michael Cunajar coming over the line, winning our race by over 15 seconds here, guys. Caning it over the line, waving, saying hello to Barney there with a checkered flag, showing off his car on the back straight, just waiting for everybody to catch up to him. That might be a show of his dominance there. Look how long I have to wait for you boys. Mr. Scotty Callahan up into second place there. Great fight back from the later positions. He started actually in 10th position, so up 8 spots for him. Nathan Verney up 2 spots from 5th place into 3rd. We've got Timothy Schmellenberg in 4th there. He's up 2 spots as well. And then Dave Unger and Scotty Rankin in our 5th and 6th position. They are both down 2 positions. Also, Andrew Cowan in 7th place, finishing in 7th place there. He started in 7th, finished in 7th. Wayne Edwards is up 4 places, so he had a great race from him. That was one of his best races we've seen from him so far this season, I believe. And Mr. Dave Unger still coming around here in the 5th place. Had some early issues and just trying to claw his way back after being the victim of some grass and dirt earlier.
It's a pretty chilled race, this one. Again, congratulations to our podium spots, and you know, a relatively, I don't think we had we had only a couple incidents, no safety car involvement, which is always a positive.
Most definitely. I thought we were going to see one there with about 6.5 minutes to go, but probably calling it too close to it. So it definitely would have changed it up a lot, though.
Yeah, definitely would have brought Scotty back into the game if that safety car was that late safety car with the I think Nathan there towing. But there's our finishing order there.
Fantastic, as I said earlier. I made it up to number 8 there. Wayne Edwards in 8th place, 9th place Nick Schmellenberg for JWM Motorsports. Stephen Sigovich there for Sim Racing World. Nathan Allen with a bit of a moment, so he's had to kind of fight his way back and as much as he could. Adam Simpson in 12th, Stephen McCartan in our safety car. Matthew Boyler and Jet Murray could not. Bit of a malfunction and they couldn't make it into the race. And Adam Simpson kind of flickered out halfway through. So and blown engine, let's say, for him.
Look at Scotty doing doughies.
Look at that, couple of lawnies, mate. Look at that. Got a TikTok lawn mowing there from Scotty Callahan doing lawnies. Doing some lawnies for the boys, you know. So
yep,
Mr.
just
Scotty
lighten it
Callahan,
up.
our championship leader still currently.
Oh, that was close.
Whoa. Very nice. Look at that. Nathan Verney's definitely loving a few donuts at the moment. Getting his first, I think it's his first podium for the whole season so far, isn't it? So
yeah, I'm not sure. He's done a good job there. As you see these guys, you know, smoking it up after a good race.
I must admit, these SR8s definitely do some great donuts, I must say. Fantastic. So cool. So I'll bring down Nathan Verney and we'll have a bit of chat to him. Mr. Nathan Verney, what a race. Great race tonight, mate. Is it your first podium for the season, I'm pretty sure, is it not?
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's been a while since I've had a chat to you, so that's probably it.
Yeah, it's great to see you up there back on the podium again.
bit of a mixed season for you this season. Is it just a bit more of a favorite track for you tonight, or what? Just all the stars aligned for you.
Yeah, I think just things worked out. I mean, I thought I could have been on for a podium last week in the reverse grid race, because I didn't do very well in the first one, so I was yeah, at the front. But yeah, I had a bit of coming together with Nathan, and then got a penalty. So yeah, that sort of summed up how the season's gone. Just a couple of mistakes, but no, I'm loving these cars. It always brings a smile to my face when I jump in and put the foot down and take the pit limiter off, and just acceleration and the handling it's got. It's a lot of fun to drive. So yeah, podiums or not, I'm having fun out there.
Oh, that's awesome, mate. And we always enjoy you coming back every week, and it seems you're always just one of those ones to watch. I always say in the commentary that you always kind of consistently go out there and just smash some laps, and if you can keep your nose clean, you end up doing pretty well. So well done tonight, mate. Who would you like to thank?
Yeah, I'll say a big thank you to was it yeah, I think it was Tim, wasn't it? Yeah, Tim Schmellenberg. Thanks to him, good race. Hard to get past him. Had decided to dive into pits early and see if I could get him on the out lap, and barely did. And yeah, it was a real big challenge, and it was even harder to break the toe. So yeah, thanks to him for a good race, and yeah, thanks to Scott for organising, or for sponsoring, and also thanks to Leon and the Locked On lads for their support and team and friendship.
Oh, fantastic, mate. So hopefully we can see you back again next week on the podium. That's an absolute great drive. It's great to have you back on the comms box again, and looking forward to next week. And hopefully we can see you back next week on the podium, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah.
Awesome. Keep safe. See you soon. Okay, guys, we'll bring down our second place skidder here, up 8 positions, Mr. Scotty Callahan. Mr. Scotty Callahan, how are you, fine sir?
Oh,
What a race.
sweaty.
Sweaty, I bet. Up 8 positions. Did
Oh,
you just
that
not have
wasn't
enough
fun.
time?
No, Michael had too much of a gap on me. I was never going to catch him. Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable for some reason. I was just hot lapping in practice and right in the groove, and I couldn't get into the groove in the race.
Oh wow! Did you intentionally do a late qualifying, or was it?
Oh no, I wasn't going to qualify at all. That was a mistake.
Oh.
Yeah, I was letting Scotty by, and I forgot to get an X. Yeah, I was always going to start from the back. But yeah, I thought I'd have a little bit more speed than what I did. Actually, I don't know what it was. I just wasn't in the groove.
Oh, and you had a bit of a moment there, was it? Because
Oh yeah,
you
I
were
had a
about 12
few.
seconds behind, and then you were all of a sudden you were about 16 seconds behind, and nothing really came up on
Yeah.
our replays. So
I think there was one coming out of the hairpin where I gassed it too much and
I
had
see.
just caught it. And there was another couple of other times where I almost clipped the grass. And if you clip the grass here in a certain spot,
Oh
you're into
yeah.
the wall. But yeah, I've got to go back through the replay. I mean, it was fun getting through the people, but then it was just boring.
Yeah,
So
it's one of those
yeah,
tracks that
but
caps up pretty quickly, doesn't it?
yeah, well, you sort of got your head down when you're fighting to get through the people, and then it becomes all boring. But yeah, congrats to Michael. I was never going to catch him from the back, but I probably should have started at the front and had a race with him. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because he had a pretty solo moment at the front there.
Yeah. Well, he's pretty quick around here too.
He is real quick around here, and you guys were fighting even when you guys were besting laps, but between each other, you were about
2 or 3 hundredths of a second apart, average of laps, and that's why you just couldn't catch him. And that's when you're about 11, 12 seconds behind him. So we kind of looked at that and go, so the numbers aren't adding up here for Scotty at the moment. So
Yeah, no. I mean, even if I was half a second a lap quicker, it still wouldn't have made any difference. I wouldn't have caught him.
yeah, so it was a great
But
little
oh
masterclass.
no, it's fun. I don't really like Suzuka. I only learned it in my last season of racing, because I've never really raced it that much. But I don't like tracks where you use first gear. I don't like using first gear. I like to,
Just go full send as much as you can.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
why even at the hairpin, I use second gear when it's a little bit quicker in first, but I just don't like first gear.
Yeah, I find it. Is it just because it unsettles the car quite a lot in these SR8s, or is it just you just don't like going in first gear because it's
No,
so slow?
you have to be easy on the accelerator in first gear, and I like
Mm.
to just plan it.
Yeah, fair enough.
uh, so yeah, first gear needs a little bit of finesse that I don't have, but so a second gear is fine because you can plant second gear and it doesn't matter as much.
I see. Yeah, a little bit more foolproof, hey?
Yeah. It groans a little bit, uses a bit more fuel, but less wheel spin.
Oh, yeah, sweet. I'll put that in the memory banks for when I'm trying to push these things around a track. I find them very difficult. SR10s I find them a little bit more easier than the SR8s, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I can't wait for Bathurst. Actually, this car around Bathurst is just brilliant.
that's gonna be mental, absolutely mental. And in that said, who would you like to thank tonight, mate?
Just me and yous guys and all the crew and all the guys in the chat that put up with me swearing at them and and Brett for doing the setups too. And I've got to apologise to him. My back was playing up last week and I was a bit grumpy and I took it out on him a couple of times, but he knows I don't mean it. Hopefully.
Well, he does now.
Righto, guys. Well, I'll catch you next week.
Cool. Thank you very much. Cool. And guys, in that said, we will be moving on back with a bit of an intermission, and we'll be moving on to our GT3 Porsches after this. So it's going to be heaps and heaps of fun. Great to go, great to see, and we're going to Hungaroring soon. So big shout out to our series sponsor tonight, DSL Welding Services, our stream sponsor Pagnian Advanced Simulations, or AKA Pagnian Imports. Also, our round sponsor, who you just heard on the radio as well, Scotty Callahan Racing, Safety Car Promo Department also. And a big shout out to SWTV boys in the background, working hard and doing the do as we do. A big shout out to everybody and everybody out there in viewer land. Thank you very much for tuning in. We shall be back very, very soon after a short intermission as we just go into change over into our Porsche GT3 Cups. So we'll see you soon. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to those who joined us for the SR8 Radicals, and welcome to our new viewers tuning in for the GT3 Porsche Cup tonight. We are at Hungaroring. Tonight is myself, Chef Toddy, and Jamie Dyke in the comms box, along with Nathan Shibby Howard behind the scenes on the cameras. So, welcome, boys. How are we?
Doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
Oh, I'm very good, mate. Very good. This is going to be a very interesting track tonight. Bit of one of those ones that either people love or hate, I think, it seems, in the community. But it's a pretty moderate track temperature today, so it should be pretty kind on the tyres in these Porsches tonight, you reckon?
I doubt it. Hungaroring is very aggressive on the curbs. The battling is very hard to pass in these cars around here. But it should make for some really good racing. I'm looking forward to tonight.
You think we'll see some safety cars, or you think there's enough runoff on this track that it's going to hold up to less the safety cars?
I think the chances of a safety car are going to be 50-50.
Okay.
Once everyone spreads out, probably not so much, but towards the start, who knows? These cars crumble and it gets narrow around here. Hungaroring, very, very good, very hot track.
Yeah, and very, very hard to pass, isn't it? So it's going to be very, very interesting. And if we see safety cars, it's definitely going to mix this competition up a lot if we see safety cars.
Oh, 100%. It's going to be very interesting.
And I think it might be one of those tracks that not a hell of a people have either done lots of laps around here or not a lot of laps around here. So we might see some silly mistakes, for some uncharacteristic mistakes from some of the faster guys also, maybe. Who knows?
Definitely. One thing's for sure is the championship leader is taking a drop round tonight.
Oh.
Mr. Hughesy Hughes is not in the building, or not out on track, I should say.
Well, wait.
So it's all up for grabs. Can Barbs do it? Can he defend? Where's Richard Mayer going to finish? Where's Benjamin Siren going to end up?
Oh, yeah, Benjamin Siren. He's one to watch, eh? He might be one of his favourites here tonight as well. Who knows?
There's going to be lots of movers and shakers here. Stefan McCartan's going to, put a spanner in the works. He's up there sitting in P5, in the championship. As we watch Tyson McAvoy and Dean Stinkovich have a little bit of fun.
Showing off the beautiful SRW car, and also showing off the safety car promo department safety car, I should say. Said that the wrong way around, didn't I? Oh, well, you got the idea, didn't you?
Yep. It's definitely going to be a cracker of a night. We are a few minutes away from qualifying, and see what these boys can do.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see the faster guys probably average around those sort of low 145s. Oh, what's he? Oh, that's a good way of getting ahead of everybody. Loving it.
It's a very nice shortcut.
Yeah. Absolutely loving it. Mr. Greg Barber, seems like he's got some pace around here as well. I did do some laps in these cars around here this week. I wouldn't say any good fast laps, but yeah, I think my fastest was about a 150. So it goes to show you how fast these guys really are, and how much practice these guys do put in, and it really shows in their pace and how fast they can really get around here, and how calmly they can be about their pit stops, etc., etc. So
definitely, and it's a very hard track on setup. To be quick around here, you got to carry a lot of rear brake into turn 1, turn 2, 3, turn 4 and 5. You've got undulation with a kink and a curb where rear brake doesn't work. You want a lot of front brake to have stability going around there. So it's very tricky to nail a setup around here, and a hard track to get right.
Do you think those faster guys would be kind of playing around with brake bias as they're driving through different corners, or you think they just kind of set it and go?
I would be if I
Yeah.
was racing, but you never know. They could be happy having it at a certain bias. You never know. Everyone's driving style is different, and you just play to your strengths.
I suppose it's how many laps you've done around here as well, and how confident you are around here to do those said things also as well. Hey.
Oh, definitely. Confidence is a big thing here, especially going through the chicane. The chicane's got high curbs. You get that wrong, you'll see a blown Porsche tonight. Someone goes through that.
Yeah, I did it in practice this week. It took me completely by surprise. I'm like, what is wrong with my car? Like, how? What? It didn't feel like that much, but yeah, it does some serious damage to these cars if you get it wrong.
Definitely.
Yeah. Here we go. Into quali. Here we go. Let's see if these guys can drop into the 144s. You reckon it'll happen?
I think it will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
might take a
amazing.
bit to get the tyres warmed up properly, but I imagine at the end of this session we'll see a few 144s.
Wowee, that's some serious pace in these cars around here. Yeah, it's definitely not an easy track to drive. There's a lot of corners that I'm pretty sure that even the F1 guys aren't a big fan of that chicane either in real life. So I think they're trying to get it changed at Hungaroring. Actually,
That's a shame because it's a very very good chicane. I quite enjoy it.
yeah, it's just if you get it wrong, it's you can get it very very wrong very very quickly. Can't you?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, we got that great Dylan Shepherd there, great looking Bob Jane T-Mart's livery on there, Bremtech brakes on the side there, great looking car.
I do love this livery, and like the Porsches that run with the Supercars, they've got 3 of these, and they just look phenomenal.
Yeah, they look cool on track too. Definitely make a statement, don't they?
Definitely, and he's doing the smart thing, sitting behind Greg.
Most definitely, he's definitely being smooth, taking it easy, and that's one thing I've with a bit more practice in these things, it's all about how smooth you are in these Porsches. If you get a bit too overzealous on the brake pedal, on any of the pedals, it can really be detrimental to your whole race.
Oh, definitely. I mean, these naturally they run a lot of rear bias, so you've got to be very careful.
It just has a lot of natural kind of downshift or sort of oversteer rotation into the corner, doesn't it? So it's very definitely a learning curve you have to go through to be able to drive these cars. Definitely a lot different to the rest of the range in GT3 cars anyway, isn't it?
Yes, 100%. As Stefan's with them, Greg's the one you want to be behind. He's the effective championship leader tonight with Hughesy not here, and you'll learn so much sitting behind the quickest dude on track.
Most definitely, and pick up a lot of time along the way, right?
Yeah, definitely. As you see, Greg's already gone purple in the first sector.
Yep, beautiful move from him.
No.
This is their first counted lap now for Greg Barber anyway, because Greg Barber's the first man on. Looks like one of the first men on track there, so he's done a purple sector for the first sector.
Yep.
So we'll see how he goes for second.
Sam, Richard, Greg, Dylan, and
Sam's done a
Stefan.
purple sector in the second sector now. Oh.
Ooh. Someone else just stole that. I wonder who just stole that.
Well,
Might have been-
Sam Muir got the second sector better than.
Yeah,
Oh,
nah,
Stefan. Oh, pushing. Here we go. These boys are actually
This is
starting
gonna
to
be
get
good.
up pace now.
Sam's got a time on the board.
1:45.
Very nice. Richard Mayer, 45.8. Barb's 45.8. What did Stefan do? Stefan got an off track. That's unfortunate.
Oof. So currently only 4 cars actually finished the lap so far with that an X.
Leslie did a 47.1. Dean with 48.3.
Very nice.
Ben did a 46.6.
Ooh, he does look like he's got some pace tonight. It's good. The old Whitey's Pie car. I kind of like the Whitey's Pie livery as well.
Let's see what Jake can do. 46.7. Puts him 5th
Oh.
currently.
And how many we got currently on track? We have
Matthew
18. No, I mean, sorry, in the lobby tonight. Sorry, who are going to be racing tonight? I should have rephrased that a bit better. Since we have 17 plus our 2 safety car promo department race control. So thank you, big shout out to them as well. Here we go, Samuel. He's loving that second sector. He's actually getting purples that second sector a lot, but just seems the rest of the sectors are not measuring up to what he needs to get a bit further ahead. I think here these guys are really going to start to push. I think we'll start to see Chris Island and Greggy Barber's time starting to come out very, very soon and push up to the top of the table.
Sam didn't improve.
Oh, Stefan with the 45.4. Top spot. Here we go.
Stefan with an amazing lap. Well done.
We're going to have some, we're definitely going to see the 44s, I reckon. Oh, Dean Sigovic into ninth there with the 147.244 for his last lap. Great lap from him.
Dylan Shepherd ended up getting a lap in. He did a 45.6.
Up into 3rd place on the grid there. Beating Greg Barber to the punch there. But Greg Barber's coming around now, and he's done 1st sector, purple sector. So we'll see how he goes in the 2nd sector. See if he can get a purple in the 2nd sector as well. If Greg Barber can get a purple sector in the 2nd sector, he should be able to put himself into professional pole here, I think. Oh, look at the direction change. It's just the whole weight change on Hungaroring makes it very difficult, hey? Especially in these mid-engine rear-wheel drive cars. It's not like you're driving a Mercedes GT3 car where it's front-engine rear-wheel drive, and if you kind of have to pull it up quickly, then you can. Oh, Benjamin Siren off on the side there. Bit of a spin and backing it into the wall there.
Yeah, I think Greg just backed out of this lap. Bit too much going on.
Yeah, definitely. Even if he hadn't have backed out of it, he wouldn't have been able to get a clean lap round anyway. So better to be safe than sorry, eh? Especially in these cars.
Yeah, maybe we could get a... I wonder what happened with Ben. Whether he just lost it or he came in contact with another car.
Oh, it looks like he's just done it all himself by the look of this with SDK, mate. By the look of it. He's it's all his own fault. It doesn't seem to be giving us much. Doesn't seem to have considered it an incident and whatsoever. So it's obviously probably just self-inflicted there, unfortunately, under cold tyres or not quite warm enough tyres. As we see these guys sort of slotting into a comfortable position now, we might see a few of these guys jump into the pits now that they've used up some gas, put some fresh tyres on, and then go from there. We've got Peter Morris in the chat as well saying Dikey! So he's saying hello, Mr. J.
Poiter. Now, is it Poiter or Pierre tonight?
Poiter. Sipometer. Oh, Poiter. Oh, Poiter. From the old Full Frontal, wasn't it? The old comedy, wasn't it? Poiter. Back in the day, that's showing our age. Old bastards.
Oi!
Oh, wow. Oh. Wow. That was rough. And that's the thing, especially with these GT Cup cars, with these Porsches, as I was saying earlier, it's Peter Morris is saying it's Pierre tonight, not Poiter. So Pierre. And Poiter. He said it's Pierre and Poiter tonight, lol. Fair enough. Pepe Le Pew, we'll call you. Yeah, tonight, yeah.
No. Nathan Allen is on personal best lap.
So just trying to keep it nice and smooth, keep it under control around here.
Very cool, calm, and collected.
Yep,
Very
definitely
nice.
has to be around here. I discovered pretty quickly. I think it's second or third lap out on this track. I was like, yeah, kind of need to be really smooth and be as gingerly as possible, and that seemed to be the fastest way around here. So, Mr. Chris Island, he's definitely one to watch. He's got some serious pace.
Nathan did improve, but he did not gain any positions. This is Christopher's first flying lap. Gone purple in the middle sector.
As you see, that last sector is really slowed down, straightened up for the straight. I think he's going to really push this lap, so this is one to watch.
Unfortunately, last lap he must have received an off track. It did not count.
Oh, hence why that kind of, he took a bit of off track after that, just so he could kind of square himself up for the straight and maybe get a bit of a better run and have a bit more RPM and a bit more Ks down by the end of the main straight.
As Matthew Boyle goes P6.
Oh, nice. Hopefully, Matty Boylett can doesn't have the same technical issues as you had for the Radicals and makes it into the main race tonight. So. It's definitely yeah, it's quite a flat track, isn't it, Hungaroring, in a lot of spots.
The back half of it is. The front half, there's a lot of undulation in between probably third last corner and turn 4.
Yeah.
You got a lot of crest. The whole middle sector is flat, like dead flat.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's almost like a like two tracks in one, almost, isn't it? They're kind of almost two styles of tracks in one.
Yeah.
Makes it very that's why I find it's a great viewing for the F1s as well. There, actually, great to watch the racing there.
So this is Dean. This is Dean.
Yep, and the
Around
number 24
last
car,
corner.
Mr. Dean Sinkovic.
He hasn't improved on the first 2/3 lap, and doesn't improve there.
Still a nice lap from him. 147 for his fastest lap there. Yeah, nothing to be you know.
Sam's done a personal best in the first sector. Sam Muir.
He's got some serious pace around here tonight, doesn't he?
He improves as well, but he does not pip Stefan. 145.5 for Sam.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a hot battle up the front here tonight. We know that Dylan Shepherd loves a good battle. We know that Greg Barber loves a good battle. We know that Mr. Consistency, Richard Mayer, loves a good battle also. So that top 5 is going to be pretty red hot tonight, I reckon, mate.
Definitely.
Even the back 5, Matty Boylett, Jake Edwards, Benjamin Sire, and David Leslie and Dean Sinkovic. Those 5 boys are going to be having a fat battle as well. So, wowee, mate, we're definitely set to have a firecracker tonight, I think. And who hasn't set a time yet? We've got Kellen Hodgkinson not out on track with a time yet. Jet Oliver, Jet Murray, Greg Leake, Steven Sinkovic and Daniel Smith have not set a time yet, guys. So along with so we've got quite a few people still on out on track that haven't set time that's counted yet, I should say. The next one coming around is Daniel Fritz. So hopefully Daniel Fritz that we've got on screen right now, hopefully this one can count, and he hasn't got a 1X around here. So we'll see how he goes with a 145.44. Was it? No, it was not. Looking at the wrong numbers.
Daniel did not set a time that lap.
Oh.
As just received word that Dylan Shepherd, car 43, has been DQ'd from qualifying and starting from pit lane for impeding.
Oh. Impeding during qualifying? Did you just slow down somewhere where you shouldn't have? Or
Contact during qualifying.
Oh.
Contact during qualifying is a huge no-no.
Yeah. With car number 711, so. Yeah, so we've got
Now-
Tyson in there saying Jet has rear of grid as well. Jet Murray is rear of grid. Penalty also. He'll be starting rear of grid.
I don't think he's actually gone out in qualifying, so it must have been rear grid from last round.
Yeah,
And
from last round, yes.
that-
Yep.
That contact would explain why Daniel Fritz hasn't set a time yet.
I see. So that would have been, yeah, definitely impeding him a lot. And
Greg-
poor old Daniel
Greg's-
Fritz hasn't had much luck the last couple of weeks, so hopefully
Greg-
it changes tonight for him.
Greg to P3, 45.5. Went
Mate, there's not
purple.
much separating him, is there?
Daniel Fritz is coming across the line. He does set a time. Goes P12 with a 48.4.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he's got a lot more pace in him than that. I'm sure he wouldn't be too impressed about getting someone making contact with him during qualifying. So it's gonna be a tough night for him to battle through the pack tonight. But I'm sure it's more than capable of it.
Jake Edwards has gone PB Sector 1. Stefan has gone purple again in Sector 1.
Wow. Chris Island looks like he's got a better pace on track there as well, but he hasn't even bested his own time for the first sector, so he might be on the back foot for him.
Jake is on a PB lap right now. Green. Stefan lost a little bit of time in the second sector.
Is he going to be able to make it back this sector? Doesn't look like it. He's a little touch offline though. Look at that.
He improves slightly.
Oh, look at that. 45.3. Look at that. It looked like he had heaps more in that as well. So I think he's definitely going to be one to watch during the race as well. See how fast he can get away from these guys if we don't have safety cars, eh? I'll leave the results to you, mate, for the grid.
So our grid for round 6, Stefan McCartan takes out pole. Well done, mate, with a 45.3. Sam Muir, P2, very quick. Greg Barber, P3, couldn't really pull it off. Still got
guys, so we got
great pace.
our race here.
Dylan Shepherd was P4, starting from pit lane after contact with another car during qualifying.
And we'll get
Christopher Island,
Thank you.
P5. Richard
goodbye.
Mayer, Mr. Consistency, P6. Good lap from Richard there. Matthew Boyle at P7. Jake Edwards, P8. After that last lap dash. Benjamin Siren, P9. David Leslie, P10. Dean Sinkovich, P11. Daniel Fritz, P12 after getting that lap in on his last attempt. Nathan Allen, P12. Rear grid for Jet Murray, Nathan Allen was P13. Rear grid for Jet Murray, P14. Callan Hodgkinson, P17. Stephen Sinkovich, P18. Greg Lake, P19. Daniel Smith, P20, with P15 and P16 being taken up by our safety car drivers and race controllers, Tyson McAvoy and Dylan Thomas.
It seems Dylan Shepherd's. Is he starting at the rear of the grid as said earlier or not? Yeah, it does seem that he's.
There was a pit lane start.
Oh, pit lane start. That's right. Apologies.
Yeah, so he might not be in the car as of yet. But
And here we go. Coming on our red lights. DSL Welding Services, GT3 Porsche Cup, round 6. Here we go at Hungaroring. Exciting tonight. Great start from everybody here tonight. Not too much smoke. Not too much Loss of traction off the start line there, but Chris Iron with a great run, making it down into second place here. Oh, is he going to be Greg Barber on the outside?
Oh, there's
Woohoo!
contact rearwards. There's heaps of cars spinning around turn 1.
Wow, is there? As we thought we might see a bit of carnage at turn 1 here tonight. Wonder who's had a moment there. Mr. Jake Edwards, Nathan Allen, and Dean Sinkovich have had a bit of a moment at the back of the pack there. So we know as soon as these cars start to spin, they can quite easily take others with them. So, woo-hoo-hoo!
As
50
safety car is called.
So it'll be interesting. Now, as we were saying earlier, wow, we knew it was going to be interesting if safety cars came out. We didn't expect to see one so early, though, did we?
As we look at a replay of, yeah, I did. Definitely. It's the most carnage replay of turn 1. Matthew Boylett going up the inside. It is 4 wide at the front.
Oh, big lockup. Massive lockup. Wow. Cut the nose off Jake Edwards, and then Mr.
David
Sinkovich had nowhere to go.
David Leslie was in that. Dean had nowhere to go. Oh, I think Jake comes on. Yep. That's an unsafe. Oh, questionable rejoin. Nathan Allen was just a bystander in that.
Yeah, it's going to be. I don't envy race control tonight now.
Yeah, Jet Murray who locked up. Yeah, 4 or 5 cars involved in that one. Leakey got through quite cleanly.
Did he? He's good. He's been in so many scraps now that he knows how to avoid them by the look of it. I think it seems. Old Leakey.
Yep. As the promo department safety car is picking up the field. As we got some cars coming in the pits, I imagine to fix some damage.
Yeah, we got
Dean Sinkovich, Jake Edwards, Nathan Allen, Jet Murray in pit lane.
Yeah, everyone that was caught up in that little bit of an incident's all in the pit lane now, and we see Tyson McAvoy out there driving the promo department safety car. So thank you very much to race control and our safety car promo department, Pagnian Advanced Simulations, and DSL Welding Services for all your support. And everybody out there viewing as well. Make sure, if you haven't, could you please make sure you share to your friends. Make sure you like our page. If you haven't hit that subscribe button on YouTube yet, please do, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up to date with all our awesome races coming up. And soon to be announced our season 4 as well, which is going to be super awesome.
Greg Barber ended up getting back past Christopher Island before the safety car was called.
Woohoo! Interesting. That's definitely what you want to be doing, and that's definitely showing an old wise head, I think. Greg Barber just trying to slot himself there very wisely in front of Chris Island. Just using that safety car to his advantage, just slotting in there just before it happens, eh?
That was very good, very lucky.
It's gonna be interesting to see how Stefan controls this pack on restart. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty clean start until at the back of that pack. It just looked like he'd missed his braking point there a bit. Hey, he kind of went down the inside to try and avoid everybody, and then I think pulled on the anchors far too late. And as we both know, in these Porsche GT3 Cup cars, if you're pulling on the anchors way too late, all it does is just lock up very hard, and all it wants to do is go in a straight line or in a circle.
Let's talk about the big movers and shakers. Steven Sinkovich is up 8 from P18 to P10.
Oh, come on, and Leakey.
Leakey P19 to P11.
Woohoo!
Jake Edwards has dropped from 8th to 14th.
Oh, he has to.
And
Daniel Fritz making up for his getting clipped in qualifying there as well. He's up 4 spots, so that's good.
and Dean Sinkovic dropping from 11th to 16th.
Oh
With-
yeah, this
that
he just got
contact.
caught up in it. Yeah, didn't look like he suffered that much damage. And he was the only one that didn't file into the pits, it seems there. So it seems that he kind of got out of it without
Oh, no.
having to damage his car too much.
He was in there. He was the first one to make it to the back to the pits.
Oh, he was too. Sorry, I missed that. Yep. Apologies. Yeah, as soon as the safety car was called, yeah, he was straight in there. Very good move from him. So here we go. I'm sure we'll restart at the end of this lap. Just trying to work it out. I'm sure they're madly trying to work out what happened there and what's going on with how we're going to do this restart. Do you have any prediction on how many more safety cars we'll see tonight?
I'm going to say, if I shake my lucky 8-ball, probably one more.
Okay,
No,
I was going to say
well-
2 more.
Oh, could possibly be 2, but who knows how many cars will be left after another one.
Yeah, true.
As a safety car will be in this lap as Tyson McAvoy pulls away from the field. Yeah, we're only, 6.5 minutes into this hour-long race. I mean, it could be 5 safety cars. Who knows
Yeah.
how aggressive this pack is going to be?
Oh yeah, and everybody out there in Chatland and YouTube and Facebook, if you guys want to be part of it as well, put your safety car predictions in the chat there, and we'll see who gets the bragging rights at the end of the race. I'm saying 2 more, so 3 in total. That's my prediction. Jamie, you said 2 in total. Is that what you're saying?
Yep, one more. As Stefan has gone early.
Oh,
Right, he's around! Oh, no! Stefan has pinned it! Front pole!
Oh, punished himself for going early. Oh no! He's kept
That
it out
is-
of the wall at least, but he's far to the back of the pack. This is going to take some serious work to get back up there. And we see, Nathan Allen getting squirrely on the entry to turn 1 as well on those cold tyres after safety car. Oh, Dylan Shepherd slotted himself up many more positions now, so he's had a great little run back up to the front.
Contact between Daniel Fritz and David Leslie. David Leslie's around. Oh, it's all going off. We got here Jake Edwards trying to make up for all his woes and troubles as Steven Sinkovic is now around.
Oh, and Leaky.
Oh, and Leaky's
big
gone as well.
contact. Oh, Nathan Allen just getting clipped in the door, almost getting clipped in the door there by Leaky just on the turnaround. Oh, he's got a bit of damage on the front of that car as well, Leaky does. Oh, mate, that looked a little bit like F1 at Spa last weekend.
A little bit. Quickest
Car
lap
going
so
up in the air.
far. Quickest lap so far held by Dean Sinkovic.
Ooh, pushing hard. Come on, son. That's just because of all this carnage, eh? And he's just pushing hard and being patient, pushing through the numbers and being nice and smooth with his driving, which definitely always pays off. We know smooth is fast.
We got
Wow, it's been some serious action already. We're only 9 minutes in. Oh, Dylan Shepherd has slotted himself up many more positions from his starting position. So he actually had to start from the pits there. Qualified in 4th position, but made contact with Daniel Fritz in qualifying there. Had to start from the pits. So Dylan Shepherd is definitely made some good inroads to make it back up to these top guys.
as Stefan is now trying to make up for his lost time. Slotting himself up into P12. Dawn Shepherd P7. Oh, and there's more contact.
Sinkovic boys on David Leslie.
Oh,
Boy.
David Leslie very lucky not to clip another car there.
Wow. Oh, he doesn't look like he's got that much damage on the front of that either. Oh, lucky.
Who was that turned him?
That was Dean Zigovic, wasn't it? No, Steven Zigovic, actually. That was Steven Zigovic. Apologies. We have Sam Muir in his battle with Matty Boylett. We know Matty Boylett's got some serious pace, but he's overtaken Sam Muir now. So he's slotted himself up into the third position on the grid here, but Sam Muir's not letting him have it. Mr. Consistency, Richard Mayer around the outside.
Very nice move by Richard.
Oh, and slots himself on the inside line for the next corner. Wow, what a move. Come on.
Arms are out. Very good
definitely.
driving here.
Very
Christopher
smooth,
Island
too.
has now taken the fastest lap.
And look, Benjamin Siren. Ooh, he's an exciting one to watch as well. He's got some pace here by the look of it, so he's going to be hunting these guys. Just staying in the draft here, just making sure he's being patient by the look of it. It's good.
And my question is, I wonder if Barb's is saving fuel yet.
Oh yeah. Maybe we can go on
would
board
be.
and see if he's clutching in or not.
Yeah,
Oh no, he's in a
usually
battle
would
with
be.
Chris Island here, and Chris Island's on the push, and we know Chris Island likes to go early and tries to get ahead of everyone early, and potentially do the undercut essentially, or just try and get himself a gap. And it's something we've seen from him in the last few laps. If he's got the opportunity, he wants to get out there early, build a gap, and then it makes the rest of his race a bit less stressful, I suppose. Oh, Greg's definitely not he's not fuel saving, but he's definitely so smooth in this car.
As both Jet Murray and Daniel Fritz have picked up drive-through penalties for incidents.
Oh. Chris Island just absolutely hunting the back of Greg Garber's full master car.
Jet Murray's incident would have been turn 1, lap 1, locking up into the field.
And then what would have the other penalty been for? Oh yeah, very cool. So this battle's still going up here for first and second, and then we've got a battle here for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So this battle's still going on for the third step on the podium. Sorry.
Dylan Shepherd has now taken the fastest lap.
Wow, 46.2. Okay, we're dropping. Oh, 46.2 now, 2.9 fastest lap from Stephen McCartan. So they're trading blows there.
Cars are getting quicker.
Yeah. Maybe we won't see another safety car. Maybe you're right, Jamie. Maybe he'll just settle in a nice little spot and get in a groove here.
I'm not sure.
There's not many places to overtake here, so it's going to be... it's definitely going to be pointy end of the race that these guys are going to start making moves, I think. Oh, Leakey with a big ding in the front of that car after that earlier incident he got caught up in.
Steven Sinkovic now with a drive-through penalty for contact with David Leslie, as we saw Leslie into the wall gently on lap 5.
Yeah, gently. He didn't seem to have any scratches or anything on front of that car, which is very fortunate for him. But he's just not very fortunate on the rear end of his car.
It's lucky that the tire bundle didn't pull him in and he gets stuck.
Yeah, it's true. That's always horrible, isn't it? That's definitely race ending.
Chris is on the hunt now. He's close. He's sniffing.
And we see Mr. Consistency sniffing the back of Matty Boylett there as well.
Yeah, Rich is doing very well in P4.
Loving this little battle pack here.
Sam Muir and Benjamin Siren also in on this battle for the podium.
It'll be interesting to see who gets that third position. One little mistake, somebody a little bit too much pressure or unforced error could change any second. We have
Stefan
45 minutes of this race to go, boys and girls.
Stefan McCartan is back up into P9, sitting behind his teammate Jake Edwards.
So I'm sure they'll work together for a little bit. Stefan, you know, if you're wanting to have a teammate to be able to draft off, it's definitely Stefan's. Definitely a good pick of the bunch, I think. Benjamin Starr still got a lot of pace in that car. He's had some unfortunate rounds the last couple of rounds, so it's great to see him back up with these top guys. So Sean McNamara in the Facebook chat saying, "Come on, Benny." Yep, hell yeah, we agree. Benny's definitely one to watch. He's one of my favourite guys to watch, and I think it's just great because he started with our first season, and it's great to see his improvement. He started in the AMS division and then made it up into the pros, and he's just done really, really well. And he always sort of sits in that sort of top 5. So great driving from him tonight for this race. But as we see, Sam Muir, Richard Mayer, Mr. Consistency, still on the back of Matty Boylett, still having a battle. But these guys having this little train, Dylan Shepherd is starting to encroach onto the back of this little pack here as well. And we know that just behind them is Jake Edwards, the teammates of Jake Edwards and Stefan McCartan for Crisscross Racing. So, woohoo! It's a pretty strong pack in this top 10.
Hopefully Ben can get up there to a podium, make up for McNamara's woes earlier in the week.
Yeah, first and second.
P1 and P2 are just gapping the field at the moment.
Really pushing on that. Definitely showing they're a bit of a cut above the rest by the look of it in this race at Hungaroring tonight. These boys look very, very confident around there. But now Greg Barber seems to be pushing a little bit further away from Chris Island, a little bit at the front there. So he might be able to break this draft soon. By the look of that. No.
7/10 isn't
Yeah,
enough.
nowhere near it. He's going to need another second out of that to be able to break it around here.
Yeah, but there's a 3 second gap to Matthew Boylett behind.
And that very cool looking gold and black car. It's looking very cool actually. I like that livery too. Seen some pretty cool looking cars on track tonight.
Jet Murray up to P10.
Yep, having a great little comeback here after that short little bit of a drive-through penalty. Unfortunate for him.
As Barbs just sets the fastest lap of the race with a 46.1.
Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go, and that's what we're seeing is this pretty big gap now from these front runners. They're sitting about those 46.2, 46.3s kind of area, and then it goes to Matty Boylett, and he's sitting in those in the late 46s pretty consistently. So it goes to show you there's probably about 0.6 average between laps between the top 2 guys and that back pack of 4, that rear pack of 4 for that last step on the podium.
We're going to Daniel Fritz trying to hunt down Nathan Allen. All these boys have been in the wars for the first 20 minutes of this race. Finally in some open air, can just run some laps. Hopefully hunt the boys down ahead.
Yep. And it is definitely one of those tracks you want to be able to settle into, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Miss one braking spot, one braking marker. What's the word? Unforgiving. That's probably the best way of putting it.
It is very unforgiving, this track.
Benjamin Siren seems to be falling off the back of this little pack here. Unfortunately, he's still in draft range, but he's definitely falling off the back here. He might be trying to fuel save, but I would think being on the back of this pack would be enough fuel saving for him. But Dylan Shepherd definitely hunting the back of these guys also now.
Yeah,
So after
Ben's probably got a few tenths left before he's out of the draft. But who knows? He could be saving fuel. He could be protecting the tyres a little bit to push harder later in the race. Or he just might not be comfortable around here. You know, he started P9. He's running 6th. He's doing
for me,
awesome.
if I was there, I'd be happy with 6th. He might be just happy with it. Sit there and just, you know, be patient. If anybody makes a mistake, take it. If they don't, just stick with your 6th. You know.
Definitely. Dylan is really reeling them in now.
And then we got Mr. Deed in the chat saying, "Go Jet, you star." Nice one, Mr. Deed, legend. Jake Edwards seems to have put a wheel off at the back of the track there as well. So that's unfortunate for him, but he's still keeping up there with Stefan McCartan, his teammate. So yeah, Stefan McCartan up into 8th.
He's actually let Stefan go at some point there. As now Ireland is all over the back of Barb's, hunting again.
Absolutely pushing, and this is probably the only spot you can probably even make a move on this track, really, because it's so tight. It looks like a pretty wide track on screen, but it's not when you're in the car.
Oh, he's trying to over-under him. Barb's is very defensive. Ireland's ahead. This is turn 2.
Doors.
He's gonna make this work. He's pulled it off.
He has. Come on. Wow, that is mastery to Hungaroring. Ooh, that took some huge cojones to be able to make that move work, and you can see that he's been setting up that up for the last 2 laps at least. Just trying to see how Greg Barber, what sort of line he takes into that corner, and he absolutely nailed it. Beautiful move, up 4 spots.
What Barb's needs to do now is to get back into a rhythm, tuck in the draft, and save some fuel. Him and Hughesy are very good at saving fuel.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's the way he's going to beat Ireland tonight. That's what he should do.
I think so as well, exactly. Yeah, we've seen mastery. The Crisscross boys seem to be masters of fuel saving, hey?
Yeah, I wouldn't call them masters, but they're very good at it.
They are. I don't know. I think probably the Fishy boys are probably pretty well up there. But, you know, I couldn't say that because he's sitting here with me, Jamie, so.
I wonder if... Can we get a replay, Shibby, of Jake Edwards?
Yeah, what's happened there with Jake Edwards? Because he has dropped back quite a bit now. I know Stefan McCartan did overtake him, and then, he's got a lot of damage on the front of that car.
Hey.
Oh, was that still from the start there?
You were talking
a bit more damage.
You were talking about him having an off.
Yeah, it was an off.
Here's the off.
Wow, and Stefan's had to... Whoa. Luckily, Stefan wasn't closer behind him, to be honest.
Yeah, that was a massive hit. Ended up doing some terminal damage, and unfortunately, Jake has parked it up for the night.
Oh, that's never nice ending a night like that, especially when you're running in a nice spot there. And he's kind of making up from earlier. And, it just goes to show a tiny little mistake or a tiny little brain fart, and you know you're off and into the wall.
Oh, as we have safety car called.
Nathan Allen and Greg Leake had crashes, guys. So it seems like there's been a bit of an incident between Greg Leake and Nathan Allen, apparent. Maybe, or is it just spun it around himself and? Yeah, okay. So he must have got caught up in it here. Also, exactly the same spot. He's tried to pull the anchors up. Oh, and Alan's tried to pull at the anchors as well. Look at that. Simultaneous drift. Look at that. Synchronized drifting. Look at that, boys. Wow. I know it's unfortunate for their race, but that looked awesome. Oh no, Alan's turned it around and backed it into the wall. Oh no. And Greg Leake trying to get out of it snapped it into the wall also. So, Jamie, we are right on money with your prediction right now in the safety cars. 2 safety cars so far.
Heaps of people in the pit. Question is, who stayed out? Benjamin Siren, Dylan Shepherd, and I'm pretty sure that is it. Barb's pit, Ireland pit, Mayer, Muir, McCartan, Boylett, Fritz, Sinkovich, Leslie. I can't see if Leek or Stephen have pit. Leakey's coming into the pits now.
Wow, there's going to be some frantic pit crews right now, I think.
Mr.
Trying to fix all
Stephen
these
has
cars.
not got there yet. Stephen has not gotten to the pits yet.
Is he still trying to limp it in there, is he?
Yeah.
Hey, there's going to be some hammers out trying to unbend some panels.
So, Greg Barber has gotten out in front of Mr. Ireland again.
Oh, here we go.
So, saving that fuel, he jumped him in the pit stop. It was very nice.
Oh, I see. It's all that fantastic move Chris Island's going to have to do once again if he's going to got any hope of trying to win this thing.
I think Greg's, P3, P4. Greg needs to put a car between him and Chris very quickly. So looking at Dean and Daniel catching up to the train. SRWTV.
It's a WTV car and in the all white. Looking good, mate. Looking good out on track. It's looking pretty straight tonight, actually, Mr. Dean Sinkovich, holding his spot in 11th position. He qualified there with 1:47.6, if I'm not mistaken. Great little lap from Dean Sinkovich there. So he's doing well to sit in his stay in his position. But that said, his brother Steven Sinkovich is up 6 spots, mate. He's definitely done well out of all the carnage that's gone on at the back of the pack there.
So, Dylan Shepherd has come into the pits. Ben Siren has stayed out. Both Ben and David Leslie and Stephen Sinkovich have not made a stop yet.
Ooh, 0 stops. Benjamin Siren as well. But we know Benjamin Siren, he's good at saving fuel. He likes to run it out as long as he can. But he has made the mistake before of running out of gas, I think. So, or just coming out of the line, etc. So,
I say that about Stephen, and he's currently in the pits.
oh, here we go. So that's one of our last to go into the pits. The only people that haven't been into a pits yet, guys, is David Leslie and Benjamin Siren, as you can see on the screen, have not pitted at all yet. Even though we have seen 2 safety cars, so they have not used the opportunity either time. Interesting. Different strats. I thought it was funny watching F1 the other day, and there was on Lando Norris's radio, we are not going with Plan G anymore. We are not going with Plan G. We're going Plan H. Plan H. And I sat there, I was like, mate, that must be hard remembering all those different plans, because I'd be lost. What happened to A, B, C, D, E, F, you know?
They threw them out the window with their tear-offs.
Yeah. Must have, yeah, most definitely. Crack up. So good. It'd be interesting to see if Benjamin Siren can hold off how long he can hold off Greg Barber and Chris Island, and how long he's willing to push this the fuel and tire limits, etc.
as Ben takes control of the field. Past McAvoy pulling the promo department safety car away. We're going green this lap.
Here we go. Will he go early? Or will he just... I hope he doesn't make the same mistakes as Stefan did earlier.
Yeah, don't go too early, Ben. You'll rotate it on the last corner.
Yeah, we saw in the sprint cars on Tuesday night as well. Sean Stevens trying to go early as well, and then just got wheel on wheel, got caught up. And I thought at first that he'd actually gone late, but no, he just got caught up wheel on wheel, and that's he got a completely late start rather than an early start. So here we go with the restart. He seems like he's bunching up the pack here a bit.
Go late, go late. Don't let him get a run.
Yeah, 100%.
Now boot it. Boot it.
Go, son. Go,
Very
son,
nice.
Go. Wow, what a start. That was a beautiful start. I won't say it. That's how it's done, but, you know. Beautiful move here. Oh, Greg Barber just trying to show the nose on the inside, just showing his intent straight away, not even wasting any time. He knows that Chris Island's there as well, and Chris Island's going to pounce on him as quick as he can also. As we go down through the pack, as you can see, our pack has been culled quite a bit through the bit of the carnage. We have had 2 safety cars so far, and we've just come into our restart. If you've just joined us on SRW TV's coverage of the Porsche GT3 Cups, round 6 here at the Hungaroring. Whew, that was a lot of mouthful, wasn't it?
A lot of handfuls.
Yeah, a lot of handfuls of mouthfuls, yeah. Mr. David Leslie, after didn't get any damage on that car earlier, but a bit of a coming together with Steven Zingovich earlier there. Greg Barber getting a bit squirrely on the exit. As we see this great camera view looking above the rear wing here of Benjamin Siren's car. That racecraft simulations logo on the back there. We've got Greg Barber absolutely hunting here, but Chris Island seeing his opportunity. Oh, down the inside, Chris Island with the move. Oh, Jamie, what a move. Come on. Oh, and Greg Barber on the way back on it.
He's coming back at him. It's very hot up the front. It's very hot down the back as well. A lot of action.
Mate.
Christopher goes inside and then parks it on the apex to cover Barb's off. Now he's going to hunt down Benjamin Siren. He's got a nice, healthy gap.
And he's definitely on. He's broken that draft slipstream because these two are fighting at the back here, Greg Barber and Chris Island. So Chris Island and Greg Barber still having this fat battle, which is definitely catching up Mr. Consistency, Richard Mayer, on the back of him. But it's definitely keeping this battle pack very, very close together. Super exciting racing.
It's great, and the more these guys fight, the more Ben is going to pull a gap, which is exactly what he needs.
And it seems Leaky, after he's gone to the pits there, he hasn't been able to get the. Oh no, he hasn't gone to the pits yet. Oh, he has. Sorry, yeah, he has gone to the pits, but he didn't get them. He must have already had his fast repair, maybe.
Yeah, who knows? This is Matthew Boylett on the back of this giant battle pack. Sam Muir, Richard Mayer ahead. Stefan McCartan behind.
All these guys are pushing hard. And as I said, like earlier, I was like, oh, there's not really many places to pass, but these guys are definitely finding them.
Whoa!
Rubbing is racing.
While this is going on, he's getting hounded by Stefan behind him. Oh! It's their door-to-door contacts. Then there's contacts.
Wowee, that looked like a bit of retribution there, but who knows? Leave that to race control. Whew.
I'd say it's you could get done for moving under brakes there, but yeah, we'll let race control deal with that one there.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know. Oh, Zine Sigovic there getting a bit sideways on the exit. We've seen that take a few cars tonight, so I'm glad he caught it.
His car is looking very straight after taking that early fast repair. He's done well to keep it looking very nice and schmick.
Very
So
nice
now we're
and
looking at
shiners.
We're looking at Christopher Island. Barbs has fallen off quite a bit.
He has, hey. Do you think he's might be saving a little bit now?
He could be saving. He could be just bringing the tyres in slow. But now the pressure's on Ben. As now we're looking at Stefan, who's up to P6, all over Matthew Boylett. He won't want to be aggressive with Matthew. He's already seen how aggressive Matthew is, having some contact with Sam Muir, and he's probably expecting a freebie.
I would expect so. Yeah, that was very unfortunate there. Daniel Fritz has just had a bit of a moment at the back of the pack there as well. Unfortunately.
Greg's getting awfully squirrely, and Richard is just starting to reel him in as well.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's on for the lead.
Getting...
This is Chris Island on Benjamin Siren.
Wow, Chris Island loves those go around the outside moves, doesn't he?
He does.
Some serious pace in that Porsche. He's going to be able to make it. He's going to over and under, you reckon?
Oh, as Ben goes a bit deep. He's going to try to over and under, but it's not going to work here.
I reckon Ben would be sweating hard out right now. Especially he's still got another 24 minutes to go, guys. Oh, he's taking a lot of inside curb there. Is that a 1X? That might have been a track limit. He might need to have
this isn't a corner to go too wide. Don't do it.
Oh, lucky they didn't. That was could have been full carnage there. Oh, Benjamin Siren missed his braking point, gone full wide. Chris Island on the inside. Is Greg Barber going to be able to make this move happen as well? No. Benjamin Siren's still in it. Oh, and a bit of a slap on the door. The consistency getting hassled here by Matty Boylett, and Mighty Boylett making that move happen as well, along with Stephen McCartan. Wow! Big hit! Big hit! That's got to be a safety car.
That's Matthew Boylett.
That was Matty Boylett and Greg Barber. Greg Barber, our second place runner at the time. Sorry, sitting at third at the time. Oh man!
I said Matthew was
a sequence of events, but that led up to that was great, and then it just all fell apart, didn't it?
As the safety car is being called. We'll go back to a replay and show what brought out the safety car as Greg Barber goes into the pit lane. So Barbs has got a pretty bad exit. He covers off. Boylett's right on his rear bar, gives him a touch, and then into his door, wheel-to-wheel contact. The initial touch was okay. You can get away with that, but running through your door, and he's not holding his brakes either, going across the track. Very aggressive driving from Matthew tonight, considering he's already bumped one off, and he's just taken out the second place in the championship for no reason.
Well, no, possible leave that to race control. They always give him a bit of a tap on the way out through.
Yeah. So this initial, that bump's okay, and then bang. If you give someone a bump like that, you just let off the throttle and let them go. You know, the idea isn't to pass them with a bump like that. The idea is just to let them know you're there.
Yeah. And then take the opposite direction, but interesting. We have 3 safety cars out now, guys, so that's my prediction fulfilled. Who knows? I might be right. I might predict my first one ever. I always get it wrong. I'm always so well off. So,
like Christopher Island is at front. Benjamin Siren still P2. Stefan McCartan, after throwing away the lead, is back up onto podium position.
Look at that. Up onto the last step of the podium. He'll definitely be able to keep it too.
Richard
gonna be-
Mayer, Mr. Consistency, still in fourth.
I think it's been very difficult position for where Benjamin Siren is right now. Been difficult position for him, but he's pulling into the pit, so he will slot back down and then have to finish the last 20 minutes of this race, slotting his way back through the pack, I think.
Now, you're under safety car, so usually in these races you would not take tyres because you can't refuel and take tyres at the same time. But seeing as he's going to the back, it might actually be beneficial for Ben to take tyres.
See if he goes up on the jacks or not.
As
He's gassing up now, so no,
that's just Phil.
Yeah.
That's
As we
just
said,
Phil.
Sam Muir up on the jacks, so
Yep,
he's taking tyres.
Sam was involved in some incidents in the last couple of laps.
Go. Mr. Tyson McAvoy out there in the promo department safety car. Leading the pack across for the third time tonight in this GT3 Porsche Cup race tonight.
Stefan now P2.
Oh!
Richard Mayer P3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
You're
we go,
funny.
Chris Island out in the lead still here. As we're still under safety car conditions, guys, we should see it peel off pretty soon. Possibly another lap. Yeah, 2 more laps of safety car, guys. and then- Just waiting for race control to get back on us on their decisions. Back to us on their decisions.
As car 80 has been disqualified from the race for incidents.
Oh, I see.
So that's Matthew Boyle out.
Out of the race after that bit of aggressive move through there. So, yeah.
Safety car's pulled away. Promo department safety car will be in the lane.
Ooh.
And
Early
we're
release to the safety car. Let's go.
under control of Christopher Ireland.
I'll leave this restart to you, mate.
He's gone early. He's gone in apex. Not as early as Stefan did, but earlier than Ben did. It's a good restart. Stefan's running with him. Richard Mayer is defending. Yeah.
Where's Benjamin Siren jumped out of the pits? He's jumped out of the pits in 10th. Oh, he's up into 10th now. So
He's getting a few passes done.
he is.
Benjamin Siren is up to 9th now.
Looking at confident,
Oh.
Mr. Leakey. Leakey's had a spin there, right in front, and David Lewis there. Bit of a
David-
not sure if
David
there was
Leslie
contact
and
or not,
Greg Lake.
but sorry, yeah, David Leslie. Richard
That's
Mayer and Dylan Shepherd. Dylan Shepherd back up into these spots, into these top spots now, into 4th position. He had to start the race from pit lane, but after contact in qualifying. But after that, he's done really well, been very patient through the field and chipping away, and yeah, had a nice clean, cool, calm, collected head about himself tonight, so that's good.
That wasn't the first time that Greg Leake and David Leslie came together. And David not so happy about that one. We're looking at
it's the
Sam
second
Muir.
time tonight.
Yeah, Sam Muir on the back of Benjamin Siren. After that pit stop, both of them running inside the 10.
Yeah, and these guys are known to have some some pretty mean battles. So these guys seem to have pretty similar pace, Sam Muir and Benjamin Siren. So it'll be interesting to see whose strat has been the best. Oh, I got one of the Sigovic cars off. I got Dean Spinovich, sorry. Just being corrected. Mr. Spinovich just having a bit of a moment on that last corner. But he's kept it out of the wall, which is great to see. We saw some earlier cars do the same thing in that same spot and not come off so well. Came off a bit bruised from that wall.
He was very lucky. He locked the brakes very early into that spin and did not touch the wall whatsoever. Car's still looking very clean.
Very lucky. Very, very lucky. And look, as we see on screen with Benjamin Siren under some serious pressure, along with Richard Mayer under some serious pressure from Dylan Shepherd as well. Wow, man, the battles are still happening. And I love when I shouldn't say it, but I love when safety cars come out, especially in the Porsches. It definitely bunches this pack up a lot and makes it very, very interesting, especially on a track like this one.
Yeah, Richard will want the next 13.5 minutes to come as quickly as possible, as Greg Leake has picked up a drive-through penalty for that contact on David Leslie.
Leave that one to race control, and yeah, that's probably granted, I think, there. But
it's
Dylan
contact!
Shepherd just standing down the inside of Richard Mayer.
He's taking him out. I don't think there was enough space or time
I
for
don't
that
think
one.
the door was open at all. There wasn't enough. There's not enough room in that door. That door was not open.
That was a send and a half. But Richard's gotten away. Yeah,
he did get a bit of a poor exit.
Yeah, but
yeah, that was not on. That was the door was not open.
No, Richard was turned in before that dive happened, which Dylan has returned to the pit lane.
Yep. No, he's returned to the pit lane there. So he's just
Oh,
up on the jacks there.
That's Leakey serving his drive-through as Dylan is giving up.
I thought it was coming out. I thought it was just about to come out of the pits there. Oh well.
No. Mr. Shepherd's gone. As Richard Mayer has still retained third spot after that incident. Although, so we've got Stefan hunting Christopher Ireland, and we've got Greg Barber 9 tenths or 8 tenths behind Richard Mayer now.
Oh, game on. So the incident between car 80 and car 22 to be investigated post-race has been Matty Boylett and who was in the 22 car?
Barber,
that's right. Yep, sorry. Post-race for that one. And obviously Matty Boylett was kicked from the race earlier. It came up saying that he's doing some donuts in the pit lane, so we can't be having that. So. And dangerous driving also. So look at that. Richard Mayer just not quite living up to his name of Mr. Consistency on that last exit.
He's been consistent though. I mean, he's running up the pointy end. Everyone else has fallen off, and the only reason he's dropped back is from being punted. And now, he's got Barbs, who's arguably one of the quickest here tonight, qualifying P3, all over him.
Yep, with a lot of those sponsors being rubbed off the side of that right-hand door.
Yep.
Sam Muir on a great run here. He's had a great run to get past Benjamin Siren, and now just staying on the back of these guys, staying on the back of Barber, and just being very smart about this race, I think.
Yeah, I think Sam will be looking to have a really good last 10 minutes of this race. Get as many posies as he can. I don't think Rich is going to give this up, though.
No, I don't think, definitely not. And he'll definitely make that Porsche very wide this for this last 10 minutes. Coming into our last 10 minutes, guys. About 9.5 minutes to go here in our race at the Hungaroring. We had car 24. I just missed that bottom. Drive-through penalty there for incident limit. I'm going over the incident limit. So drive-through penalty there.
So the reason Benjamin Siren has dropped back is he's on 24 incident points. So one more and he'll be taking a trip down pit lane.
Oof. That's never nice, is it? Not this stage of the race, is it?
No, definitely not. Richard Mayer is on 19. Except I expect he is going to be using at least one up every lap to try and keep Barbs behind him. David Leslie's on 20. Barbs is on 15. Stefan McCartan is on 17.
Oh.
With Sinker on 20.
Oof. It's all pretty tight for everybody. But I tell you what, Stefan McCartan's doing a bloody great job in this car with the front of it being a bit banged up there. He's doing very, very well to keep the same pace as Chris Island. So it doesn't seem to be bothering him that much, that front splitter. Or do you think it's because he's just sticking to the back of Chris Island is making it a lot easier to drive that car?
No, not necessarily. A little bit of damage on the front isn't too bad. It can give you a little bit of push around the corner.
Yeah.
So mid corner understeer. But you know, if you understand that that's what it's doing, you can always drive and adapt to it.
I getcha. Yeah, cool.
When it's one symptom, one issue, you can always kind of drive and adapt to that issue. Whether
Sam on the inside, down the inside. Oh, is he gonna be able to make this stick?
Go, Sam.
Oh, Sam. I think Greggy's just worrying about his tyres here. He might not be. These tyres might have fallen off a bit of a cliff for him here.
He's defending.
Sam,
that was a good attempt. He's got pace, Sam.
Barber's got a little bit of damage from earlier, so he probably doesn't have as much pace as he probably hoped he would.
No. I think Barb's he's either struggling on fuel or struggling on tyres.
Yeah. He's looking like he's having to do a lot of counter steering in that cockpit, so it might be tyres, to be honest.
Yeah, Sam is all over him.
Wheel,
no, actually, I don't think it's either. I reckon he's driving to the ability of what his tyres are, remembering when Sam pit with Ben, Sam took tyres.
Oh, yeah, true.
And I remember saying, in my position, under the safety car, I would have taken tyres. Green tyres gives you a lot of pace. And that's what Sam has done. So now Sam is on fire to get past these boys.
So Barber's on the defensive and Sam's definitely on the offensive right now.
Yeah. Sam's got 6 minutes to take 2 positions for a podium. That's what he'll be thinking about.
Yeah, he'll be pushing hard. Oh, Stefan with the move. Turn 1 down the inside. Can he make it stick? Chris Island with the over and under.
He's coming back at him.
Switch it back. Oh, rubbing doors. Stefan McCartan down the inside. Oh, Chris Island.
There's contact.
Rubbing again. Rubbing is racing. He was just handing back the door rub there. He's like, nah, if you're going to rub my door, we'll give it back to you, buddy.
That was all
for a battle.
That was all nice and clean, door to door. It's fair. I like it.
Yeah, great battling, eh? So good. Now, that's what I'm talking about, racing, guys.
Problem is, turn 2, Stefan should have parked it on the apex, and he kind of outbroke himself just a little bit and left the door open for Chris to come straight back through. Oh, Sam is in
Sam's
front of
gotten
Barb's.
Oh, look at that. Those fresh tyres have paid off. You were right, Mr. Jamie Dyke.
We're going to have a look at the move here. So this is
DSL Welding Services.
a lock-up from Barb's, and green tyres means he's not going to get past Sam.
Oh, and it's going to be rough for the rest of the race now for him as well, because that left rear at this stage of the race is going to, it's going to cost him in pace.
Can we just go back to another replay of Richard there? Chibi? Yep, Richard Mayer has just lost out to both Sam and Greg. It happened just under replay. For everyone watching at home, while we were looking at the replay of Sam going past Greg Barber, Richard Mayer had a little tank slapper and ran wide, letting both Sam and Greg through. So Sam is now on green tyres into the podium position.
As he was saying.
And we'll look at this replay now. Very unlucky here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
Nice.
tyres have fallen off a cliff, haven't they, for everyone?
Yeah, everyone but Sam.
Yeah, but Sam, because he pitted and he under safety car and took the tyres. Wow, pushing.
Yeah.
What a move. Great strat.
Yeah.
Pat yourself on the back, spotters. Here's team spotters for tonight, mate. Pat yourselves on the back. Come on.
So now this is the battle for the lead.
Stephen McCartan, I think he might not have been able to park it on the apex because he might have been driving to a slightly different style because of the damage on the front of that Porsche. Possibly. So, maybe.
Possibly.
Might not have been as comfortable to park it on the apex, if you know what I mean. Cool, so we've got some massive battles going on for this last 3 minutes, guys. So we'll keep on this little battle pack and the top battle pack there as well, just to keep an eye on this. So, it's definitely the pointy end. See if anybody can upset Sam Muir and take the podium back off him. But it looks like Sam's got pretty confident under those fresh new tyres. Oh no, Stephen McCartan lock up. I think he was trying to take a move there, and he's locked it up hard. And Chris Island is going to run away with it now. I don't think there's any way Stephen McCartan's going to be able to bridge this gap after that big lockup.
It's very unfortunate for Stefan there.
Oh,
it's exactly what he didn't need to do. And unfortunately,
the commentator there a bit too.
Yeah, unfortunately, at the what looks to be the penultimate lap, yeah, he's just made that unforced error and sent it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes.
Stefan's he'll gain on Ireland, but you know,
Chris potentially might be. He's definitely saving. He's definitely ginger on the tyres, but he might be saving a bit of gas too. Who knows?
So Christopher Ireland he's only got 8 incident points. He's got plenty up his sleeve for the last lap. Stefan is on 21. He can't afford to go door to door with Chris. And he can't
potentially that's why.
And he can't afford to run track limits either. He needs to do it on pure racecraft, which is a tall order.
It is, no pressure.
Seeing as this is the white flag, leader has taken the white flag. As now we're watching Richard Mayer, Greg Barber, and a disappearing Sam Muir.
Absolutely pushing it. What a move. What a great pit strat from Sam Muir to push himself up into the podium. Last step on the podium there. Great move.
He drove really... I said he was driving phenomenal, and, you know, he's got his head switched on, pitted under safety car. It was the right call.
stayed out of the
only-
trouble and just filed himself through the pack. He was kind of a little bit unseen there for the mid part of that race, and I think that really he kind of went under the radar, which kind of played off in his advantage.
Yeah, definitely.
Here we go, down to our last lap, guys. Our last lap. Chris Island looks like he's going to be pushing over the line in first place. Stefan McCartan in second, currently, and then wrapping out our podium will, by the looks of it, be Sam Muir with that great last couple of laps moves from him. Chris Island.
Got a hot battle between Greg Leake and Mr. Dean Sinkovic.
Oh yeah, to wrap out the top 10, eh? A big battle in here for the number 10 on the grid.
Dean locks, pinches a front. They're just starting the last lap. As the leaders come out of the last corner.
Here we go, Chris Island with the win. Stefan McCartan in second place there. Rolling over the line with a bit of crumple on the front of that Porsche in second place. Sam Muir with an absolutely fantastic drive and even better strategy here tonight. So he should pat his crew chief on the back, I think, tonight. Sam Muir with a great drive. First time in this series on the grid. Great to see him on the podium tonight. Greg Barber in fourth. Richard Mayer in fifth place. Benjamin Siren with a great drive once again, up 3 positions into sixth place. But Daniel Fritz there in seventh place, up 5 places. David Lewis in eighth place. Steven Sigovic will be coming over the line very, very soon in ninth place, along with Greg Leake making it into the 10th place. After that little late lock up from Dean Sigovic, so Greg Leake has pitted him to the post. Oh no, they're still having a battle.
There's contact. Dean and Greg have made contact.
Oh, big contact in the back there. What's happened there?
And this is for the back end of the top 10. This was for 10th.
Oh, he's just locked up. Oh no. That sucks when you're racing with your mate and you're just like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm locked up. There's nothing I can do.
As I'm pretty sure that's going to be a very textbook
Post-race penalty.
Yep. Just like Shane Van Gisbergen and what's his name? Anton Di Pasquale at Greenville.
Yeah. Interesting, hey? It's always an upset when it comes after a post-race and everyone's like, oh, wow, okay. Yeah, so, no, it's good. Good to know that our race control is on top of it all, so it's great to see. We got Malpal in the chat there, so brilliant race and top driving by all. I agree. Definitely agree. It was a fantastic race tonight. We had a lot of... we started with quite a few more than we ended with at the end, didn't we? Quite a few safety cars, 3 safety cars. I finally got the safety car prediction right tonight, so I'm quite impressed with myself for once. And we're just seeing these fat donuts from Mr. Chris Island.
You got to keep it on the black stuff, mate. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Chris.
Come on, you got this, bro. There we go. Look at that. They're great cars to do burnouts in as well, because all the weight's at the back, so they love a bit of spinny boy action.
He touched the grass. That's a no-no.
Oh.
I don't touch the grass, Shivy. I've had plenty of practice.
There we go. Here he goes. He's got plenty of space now. Absolutely owning it. Loving that livery. I love that Chris Island's always kind of got that kind of sky blue color on his car and black, so he's always an easy one to pick out, whether he's in the F3s or the Porsche GT3 Cups or whatever he's in. He always kind of runs that same sort of color and livery, so it's instantly recognizable. Oh, Jamie, I'll leave it to you for the interview tonight, mate.
For the interview,
Yeah.
I can do that. So, in third, we have Mr. Sam Muir. How are we?
Yeah, not too bad, gents.
Well done on the P3, mate. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. Was sort of just happy to plug away there for the first stint, but a few of the guys behind had other ideas and places to be and ended up getting punted off. But yeah, took the opportunity under that last safety car just to come in and get some fresh tyres and yeah, paid off in the end, able to get back up to P3, so that was good.
I called it the moment you came in with Ben. I called it. You put fresh tires on. I'm like, I would have done the same thing. A free set. Yes, you're back in the pack, but you had a bunch of speed over everyone, mate. What was it like coming through the field in that last stint?
It wasn't too bad. Yeah, a bit chaotic. So was able to get a few freebies here and there, and then I think a few of the other guys might have been a bit coy to the strategy as well, so they didn't make it too hard for me. But it was good. Gregory, right on way with Greggy Barber there towards the end as well. Had a good race with him at Interlagos a couple of weeks ago. And he was able to just get me for P3, so it was good to get one back on him tonight.
I love your stuff, man. Is you like to thank anyone?
Yeah, just a big thanks to the team at TriStar Racing and our sponsor Toyo Sim, and a big thanks to you guys for the broadcast as well. You guys do a fantastic job, and for all the league admins as well. I've only joined the league a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, couldn't be more impressed with the way things are run. So it's a pleasure to be a part of. Thanks.
Lovely words, mate. Thank you very much, and well done on the P3, man. Go enjoy.
Cheers, guys. Will do.
Next, we'll have our P2 of Stefan McCartan, and drag him in. Sorry. Stefan, how are we?
Yeah, slightly embarrassed to say the least.
We all saw what you did at that restart.
Yeah, it wasn't my finest moment, but yeah, we got right from it.
It made some good viewing, mate. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, no, it was alright. Just chasing the pack since when I forgot there was super cold tires on the restart and just decided to go early and spin it. So that was great. But yeah, just sort of chased the pack and luckily got lucky with that second safety car. And I took 4 tires and no one else in front did except for I think it was Boylet. Which sort of came dividends at the end, and I was able to stay with Chris. He had the outright pace, but the fresh tyres sort of evened that out a bit. And yeah, had a bit of good racing there, but I just made a mistake going into turn 1. I think it was second to last lap, and just didn't have enough time to catch him again.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate. Sam Muir also took tyres on the last restart and was starting to reel you in, but you two just took off. Tell me about when Jake spun. Was that a bit of a queasy moment?
It was kind of funny or ironic that it was at the same spot in the track. So both the Whitey's cars just decided to spin it out of the last corner. But it's never fun watching your teammate crash. But I mean, at the end of the day, free position, so not going to complain.
Yeah, it looked like when you came around that you weren't expecting it, and it was a very sharp jolt to the right to go around him.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure where he was going because although we were in the same Discord channel, we knew ourselves while we raced. So it's kind of yeah, I didn't know where he was going or whether he was holding his brake. So I just sort of decided to dive right and pray, really, hope for the best.
Fair enough. Is there anyone you'd like to thank, mate?
Yeah, of course. Whitey's Pies for the sponsorship this season. Adam Ariel for Ariel Auto Arts for the livery. The boys at CXR and Paul Master Bayside, Palmerston Bakery, and AE Boards.
Lovely stuff, man. Well done on the P2 after that unfortunate restart. Go enjoy.
Cheers, boys.
And now we'll drag in our winner for round 6, Mr. Christopher Ireland. How are we, mate?
Yeah, pretty good.
Well done on winning tonight. Tell us about your race.
Oh, Yeah, that was an interesting one. Wasn't easy, that's for sure. Started off, I had a pretty poor qualifying. Didn't do as well as I could have. Just a couple of errors and lack of practice, really. Started from P5, managed to make my up, I think, to P2 on the start. Worked a little bit with Greg there at the start to try and build a bit of a gap, and then the first safety car came, and I was spewing because we built up a nice gap, and then the second safety car came, and I thought, I'll go into the pits here. We'll get a bit of fuel and hopefully make it to the end, and then again built a little bit of a gap, and then another safety car, and then finally got a bit of a green flag run to the end, which was good. So a lot of stop start that race. It's quite hard to get into a bit of a groove, but as soon as as soon as I got that green flag running at the end, just try my best to keep Stefan behind.
You did very well, man. There was a lot of carnage behind Stefan, and really just behind Stefan. Greg was caught up in a few things, and you drove a sensational race, keeping it very clean and out of all the carnage. So well done, man. Then anything anyone you'd like to thank?
Boys at Sim Racing World. Obviously putting on a good show and a good series. So big thank you to you fellas and the fellas in the commentary box. Big shout out to Adam Hughes. I'm coming for you, mate. That championship. I'm right behind you. I'm still there, mate. Don't worry. I'm still here. I haven't left. Of course, the sponsors as well. So we've got Precision Performance Shop, ProServe Finance, Sydney Computers, AJ Insurance Services, Transform Media, and Pixel Blocks.
Well done, mate. Thank you so much. Well done on the win for round 6 of the Porsche Cup series. Go and celebrate with your team, mate.
Most certainly will. Cheers, fellas.
Have a good one, man.
Mate, wow, crazy. That was some serious action tonight, mate, wasn't it?
Well,
Wow, round 6.
It's been action in the Porsches week in, week out. It's a very hot series, and I'm excited for the next round.
Me too. I'm really getting into these cars because this week I've borrowed a couple of tunes and stuff as well, so it's been great setups. So great to get into these cars. It's really exciting to see this great racing. And if there's anybody out there in viewer land that is in iRacing and wants to jump in for season 4, it will be announced soon for entries, etc., etc. So we'll be having some pretty awesome series when that gets announced. Make sure you jump on simracingworld.com.au, and if you're a racer, make sure you sign up for some races. And if you're just a viewer, make sure you come back and hit that notification bell and make sure that you keep up with all our awesome events happening throughout the week, 5 nights a week. So thank you very much. I'll start to wrap it up for us tonight. That wraps up our DSL Welding Services GT3 Porsche Cup tonight and our Super Show for tonight. We started the Super Show tonight with the SR8 Radical SR8s versus the SR10s, also at Suzuka. So it's been a great night of racing. Thank you very much to Pagnian Advanced Simulations for the stream as our stream sponsor. Big shout out to our safety car and promo department. And also a big shout out to everybody at SRW TV in the background that puts all of this together. Love working with you guys, and it's been great with you tonight, Mr. Shibby and Mr. Jamie on comms as well. Thank you very much, boys.
No worries, mate. Glad to be here with you. Let's look forward to Okayama next round.
Ooh, yeah. That's going to be a favorite. Much love and keep safe, legends. See you soon.